Okay, and we are live. Awesome.
Sweet.
But anyway, hi everyone. I am TeamAlert15, and today I am joined by my awesome friend Tanman.
Hey.
And today we are going to rant about the Ice Age movies. All
Uh,
six of them.
Three of them, half of them are good. The other half are okay. Two of them are two of them are decent. The other one's just.
Yeah. We'll get to that one when we get to it.
Yeah. But at least the recent scratchers are good.
Yeah, I watched the first one. I liked it. Baby Scrat is so cute. But let's give an overview of the Ice Age series. So there was the first one, which was released in 2002, and then the sequel, The Meltdown, came out in 2006, and then there was
Dinosaurs came out in 2009.
and then Continental Drifts in 2012,
Collision Course in 2016.
and
Yeah, Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild in 2022.
yeah, so about 7 months ago, and God.
I watched that movie on release. And that's it. That's the only time I watched it, and I never want to watch it again.
I honestly didn't even know that it existed. I was like,
That's
oh.
all I meant. That's all I brought it up.
Right? I was like, oh shit, I guess I better watch that one too. I almost wanted to give up halfway through the film. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't blame you. To talk about a franchise that really should have been a franchise, but is for some reason. Like I said, the first three are good. The first three are good. 4 and 5 are decent, but Buck Wild though,
It's just awful. It sucks.
it's terrible.
God. But let's start with the first one. Ice Age. I was like, fuck the synopsis. Let's just jump right into the positives and negatives.
Pretty much, I'll just say the brief plot synopsis is, the whole herd of animals are going, like, are migrating to a new area because of the Ice Age.
Yep.
And Manny, joined by a sloth named Sid and a saber-tooth tiger named Diego, have to go rescue a human baby and return it to its family.
Yeah. But unbeknownst to Manny and Sid, Diego's got other plans for the baby.
Taking it to another group of saber-toothed tigers to eat it.
Because humans, the humans were killing the saber-toothed tigers and using their fur as coats. So the baby was really just for revenge.
Yeah.
But Diego later has a change of heart, and
yeah, and which results in fucking one of the more brutal deaths I've seen in a good chunk of movies, where fucking the leader of the safety tires gets impaled by a bunch of icicles.
Yeah, you don't get to see it though. Too bad, but it's a kid's film.
It cuts away from it, but you know what happened.
Yep. And then the other tigers run away. Diego's injured, but he's not dead.
Yeah, they do a fake out death, and then Manny and Sid return the baby to the owner, and then Diego appears. Then they walk up to the sunset.
Yep. Further cement. Go ahead.
Fucking Scrat washes up on an island like a million years later on.
Yep. But yeah, that's how the first movie goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, positives. I mean, I love it. Like, there's several good things I can say about it.
Yeah. Animation's good.
Oh, crap. Yeah. Yeah. Good animation.
Animation.
Although to be...
Good voice acting.
Yeah, good voice acting. Definitely.
What were we going to say about the animation?
Oh, Now that I watched the movie again recently, the animation looks a little dated, but it's 2002,
Yeah,
so like it was,
yeah. It's still like very pretty early CG
yeah.
animation.
But hell, the movie was still great, so why not?
Yeah, yeah. Like it's like Toy Story. Yeah, its animation may be dated, but it's still good.
Yeah,
Its story more than makes up for it.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, the voice acting was great. I liked all the performances of the characters.
Ray Romano is Manny, John Leguizamo is Sid, and Dennis Leary is Diego.
Yep, they all killed it. And the tiger, the lead tiger, I mean. But
Oh
anyway.
yeah, yeah. Freaking, yeah. They also get like other voice actors like freaking Jack Black.
Oh yeah, it's one of the saber-tooth tigers. I was like,
Yeah, and
oh.
then you also have like Cedric the Entertainer and like fuck, I don't really remember the other voice actors. That's the only ones that really come to mind.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, good voice acting, good
Jokes
humor.
were good.
Yeah, love the humor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plenty of humorous moments, like that moment where a bunch of dodo birds are trying to like compete with Sid and his friends for like the last melon in the area.
And Sid literally pulls a football like a Super Bowl stunt.
Yeah, he gets it back from the dodo birds, but then smashes the melon because he was too busy celebrating to stop
Yeah,
himself. But the baby still ate the melon just fine, so okay. I
with all the
guess.
dirt and shit on the ground.
Right?
Yeah, Jack Black was one of the tigers.
Yeah, exactly, Maple. I didn't know that either. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, it's something I never picked up on until like way later. I was like, oh wait, that was Jack Black.
Wow.
But freaking, I think another really memorable sequence for me is something I still remember to this day. Is the freaking the sequence when they were trying to slide down the ice slide to get the baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's the moment I keep. That's like the highlight of the movie to me. Is just that ice slide sequence.
I know, that was a pretty good sequence.
Yeah,
I like how at the end of it, Diego was like, ooh, that was awesome. Let's do that again. And then the others are like just looking at him, and he's like,
yeah.
never mind.
It also has a really like sad sequence when they're like going through the caves and Mandy sees a portrait of like the hunters hunting down his previous family.
Yeah. That was pretty
It's just
sad.
they just fucking bragged about it, and Mandy's family getting fucking killed. Like Jesus Christ.
Right? This is an accomplishment for us, bitches. Okay?
Man, it's like what the fuck.
No, it's like, guys, you killed his family. And there was and there was also this one heartbreaking scene where the mom of the baby entrusts her baby to Manny and Sid before disappearing into the water.
Yeah, where she just goes into the water and drowns.
Yeah, because she was trying to outrun Diego.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there are definitely several sad scenes in that movie. But overall, still,
They're really good.
yeah,
The lie reveal plot was also really good too.
yeah, definitely.
Didn't feel forced like in other movies.
Right. But here, it's actually done pretty well.
Yeah, like where like as soon as Diego's called out for it, Manny almost strangles Diego. Like he pins him to a wall with his tusk.
Yeah. But Diego managed to convince Manny to trust him again, and Diego wins back their trust, so yay. But yeah, Manny was pissed.
Or the freaking another sequence I also remember is the sequence of they're trying to run away from the lava.
I'm trying to remember that. Why can't I remember it? What was it?
It was like when it's like my feet are sweating.
Huh.
Like when they're going. The one moment where like as Diego jumps to the gorge and says like, "Wow, I wish I could jump like that." Manny, wish granted. And he just kicks him over the freaking the ledge.
Oh yeah. Just punts him.
Punts him like a freaking golf ball.
Yeah, Sid goes through quite a bit of abuse in that film, but it's funny.
He definitely does. It's like, jeez. Especially in 2 and 3, where like he'll just get like tossed around like a freaking beanbag.
Yeah. And in 5, he gets zapped. It's just... or burned.
Yeah, he gets freaking fried by one of the meteors.
Yep. But, yeah. Plenty of... Yeah, the story was pretty entertaining. Guess I should say great emotional scenes, because there were several. Especially the return of the baby.
Yeah, again, them returning the baby, the like seeing the caves, the freaking moment when the mom gives up the baby to Manny and Sid before drowning.
Yeah. Exactly. That film knew how to make you feel sad.
Yeah, it was like Kung Fu Panda 2 before Kung Fu Panda 2.
Yeah. Exactly. Anything else we can say? Oh, the music. I love the music.
Oh, the music is pretty good too.
Yeah. I remember that. I definitely remember that song where that plays when Manny, Diego, and Sid are just traveling through like the areas, and then several.
Oh yeah, that song.
Then several mishaps. Like Sid just like at one point he gets like launched to the air by a geyser.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and freaking he keeps throwing freaking snowballs at Manny. At one point, the baby rats him out. Manny just chucks a giant one right at Sid.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Or the bit where they're trying to play charades with Scratch, where he's like pointing at Diego, and they can never get the hit that he's pointing at Diego, and Diego just flicks Scrat away.
Yeah, that was funny. And also there was this and Shrek has a similar scene, but I don't care. Like there's this one scene where like they're crossing the ice bridge, and then Sid's the last to leave, and then as soon as Manny steps off the ice bridge, he gets launched into the air.
Oh yeah, yeah, he steps off the ice, and then Sid just falls back.
But yeah, like plenty of scenes that will make you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this is one part where Sid was changing the baby's diaper, and then
oh yeah,
he threw it on Manny, but it was empty, so Sid was just playing Manny.
Clean, gotcha.
And then Manny pops him.
And then Diego does it.
Yeah. But yeah, plenty of classic scenes.
The Scrat segment's pretty good too.
Yeah, I definitely like the Scrat segments.
Just the one moment near part of it when it was just raining, Scrat's trying to get the acorn into the tree, and he just ends up getting zapped by lightning.
Yeah. The Scrat scenes were pretty funny.
Yeah, I like all the Scrat scenes in the Ice Age movies. Like people always say, "Oh, he's just a comic relief," but I mean, again, I don't mind it.
Yeah, his scenes are meant to like take for people to take a break from the plot, like so. Yeah.
Again, they're not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really mind them for the most part. So.
Yeah.
Anything else regarding positives?
I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, I think we might have covered everything.
Yeah. Negatives? Well, while the animation is good, this isn't so much a negative, as it is kind of like, again, it's just some minor nitpick. The animation, while good, again, as we said, it's dated.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was 2002, but like CGI was still like a new thing at the time, so.
But thankfully, the animation does get better. Well, for the next 4 movies.
Yeah.
we don't talk about Buck Wild's animation. At least not yet.
That's not. I refuse to call that animation. I'm sorry. I just refuse
Yeah,
to.
no. I'm saying at least for the main series, the animation gets better.
Yeah. But yeah, really, other than the slightly dated animation, I can't think
Yeah.
of any negatives, really. But that's okay.
Yeah.
And now we get to number 2. Ice Age: The Meltdown.
And again, we did remember when we did the game way back when.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But which was fun.
Also, yeah, Ice Age 2. It's also really good. I say it's also really good.
Yeah, I agree. So, where should I start with the summary?
Too bad the alternative ending was never put on the home media releases.
There was an alternative ending? For which movie?
But Ice Age 2 takes place a bit after the first.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just enjoying having fun at a water park until
The ice walls surrounding the water park, well, they're weakening, so... Yep. So the animals have to move or else they'll all drown. So they all start migrating to
a boat that will help them get away from the floodwaters.
Yep.
Yeah, this is definitely the point in the Ice Age series where most of the things that happen to it are because of Scrat.
Yeah, Scrat causes a lot of natural disasters to happen.
Yeah, in this one, he starts causing the ice walls and stuff to start draining the water.
Because he just refuses to learn his lesson. He keeps jamming the acorn into like ice, like the floors of ice, and then unsurprisingly, shit cracks, everything breaks.
And then Scrat gets inflated like a water balloon.
Yep. Because he was trying to use his body to plug a leak, and it failed.
Yep. And then everyone's enjoying the water park. Sid's trying to become like a coach or whatever to the kids.
Yep, and that doesn't go well.
Yeah, the kids tie him out like a pinata and then bury him.
And then Manny reads them a story. And then...
Oh god, no, I still remember the line Manny says during that scene. Well, the ugly-ass boy came home to the wild-ass mother.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, they said the A word. Okay, let's go. Well, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and then one of the kids brings up about like, oh, they're supposed to be a big happy family that wears mayonnaise, and that sends Manny to a bit of depression.
Yep. So now while they're migrating, fortunately for Manny,
he runs into another mammoth
named Ellie.
Who confuses herself to be a possum.
Yeah,
this plot does the whole like Tarzan thing where it's like, oh, I'm actually this one. I'm not this, but I'm actually this.
Basically, it's like I grew up with different animals, so I basically became one of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then we also get met up with Ellie's brothers, Crash and Eddie.
Yep. So Crash and Eddie's mother, took care of Ellie when she was young, and raised.
Because she got lost in like a snowstorm.
Yeah. So she was raised as a possum, basically.
Mm-hmm. I just still remember the scene where freaking Diego and Sid are playing whack-a-mole with freaking Crash and Eddie.
Oh, that was funny.
You get like tangled up in each other's like limbs.
And then Diego's like, "We don't speak of this."
Yeah, if we say anything about this, there were 50 of them, and they were rattlesnakes.
But yeah,
Yeah. Then Sid gets the idea to invite Ellie along to escape the flood. Manny doesn't take it very well,
yeah,
but on the way does agree. It does oblige the offer.
yeah. And after some really awkward conversations, Ellie and Manny start falling for each other. Oh yeah, we get a bit of insight into Ellie's backstory, but we've already talked about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, we already talked about that. She got lost in a snowstorm and got raised by the possums.
Yep. And so, of course, there are
Oh
plenty.
yeah, oh yeah, and there was the whole thing with Diego's whole arc in the movie where like he's afraid of water and he doesn't want to show it
Yeah.
because he wants to act like the hardened badass, but in actuality he can't be around water.
Yep. And Sid knows about it, and
Yeah,
and
and
even,
Sid's whole thing in the movie, it's like he wants to be like respected.
yeah, and he gets it, more or less.
I still remember the part where like when he's trying to jump off the freaking eviscerator, everyone's like telling him to jump, and then Diego starts joining in.
I remember that, and Manny's like, "Really?"
Like, really, you're really trying to tell our friend to jump off a freaking cliff? Yeah. Then on the way, Manny and Ellie kind of fall into a bit of a snare where like they start getting to arguments,
Yep.
all because of overreaction of on Ellie's part.
Yeah.
But over after almost falling to their death, they do realize, maybe Ellie's like, yeah, overreacted. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because like yeah, that was that one segment where everyone was stuck on a rock pillar that just kept like swaying back and forth,
Yeah.
and Diego was calling out orders to everyone,
Mm.
and basically forced Manny and Ellie to make up.
Like, what a very weird position to start trying to reconcile your freaking differences. Almost falling to your death.
Basically. But yeah, so they survived that, and there's a
They,
oh go
they make
ahead.
it to a geyser field, but then Ellie and Manny kind of fall into another bit of an argument. Like, oh, should we go through the giant minefield of freaking geysers, or should we go around it?
It's like if they go through it, they'll make it to the boat in time, but they could very well die. But if they go around, then they could miss the boat. So
And they will drown.
yeah. So
So
Manny,
pretty much, Ellie and Manny kind of get split up at that point.
yeah.
Like
So
Manny said, Diego go through the geyser field. Manny almost gets blown to smithereens.
yep. And Ellie and her brothers go through the cave, but Ellie got trapped.
Yep. When they make it to the boat, unfortunately, they got blocked off by a giant rock in the way, and Ellie's pretty much sends Crash and Eddie through the rock, and then try to go find Manny and the others, which they do.
And they all go back for Ellie, and crazy shit happens.
Oh yeah, and there's this whole thing where like these two like dinosaur things,
These
these
fish-like
fish
dinosaurs.
like fish like creatures, where like then when like Manny's trying to free Ellie out of the cave, freaking the two monsters drag him underneath it.
Yep. Which he uses to his advantage to move the rock and free
Pretty
Ellie.
much, and literally crushes it with the giant boulder.
Yeah, they both the fish just fall with the boulder, and like thank God they were annoying. And then meanwhile, Sid tries to do something.
Oh yeah,
He tries to be heroic, but he fucks up as usual, and Diego has to get over his fear and jump into the water and save him.
oh yeah. I just remember that. Ah, save you! Dunk.
And
Knocks himself out on a freaking piece of ice.
I'm like, ugh.
It's just love Crash Eddie's reaction after that. Great, who's gonna save him?
Right? It's like who's gonna save the dead weight? Oh, it's like, well, Diego's gotta do it. He's the only one.
Diego conquers his fear, grabs Sid, Crash, and Eddie, and brings them to shore.
Yep. And Ellie and Manny also head to the shore. Well, to a rock, but whatever. But unfortunately, the water's still rising. But guess what? Scrat actually does something good this time.
He oh god, no, that Scrat sequence is honestly kind of horrifying too when you think about it.
Yeah.
Scrat goes up to the wall. The wall starts cracking. It starts splitting apart. Scrat's trying to hold on to both sides of the wall. He starts like stretching his limbs out to the point where they can't hold on anymore, and Scrat falls and dies.
Yeah.
No joke. Scrat actually dies in that sequence.
I know. I was just like, damn.
Like he falls and they drowns. And so then the floodwaters have been drained. Everyone finds their way to their new home.
And guess what? There are more minutes!
Yep. And Ellie starts going with them, but Manny doesn't want to go.
And then Manny confesses to Ellie that he
confesses his love to Ellie. And then the two decide to be together.
Yep. With Crash, Eddie, Diego, Sid, they're all now a herd. One really dysfunctional but lovable herd.
Yeah. It's just part of the ending bit when they're walking to the sunset. Like Ellie, like he's not my kid. He's not my dog. If I had a dog and my dog had a kid and that dog's kid had a pet, that would be Sid.
Right. because someone asked Manny a question. Who do you like more, Diego or Sid? And then he said Diego. No questions asked. It's like,
it's like Jesus.
Like he's not wrong.
Freaking. I probably would take Diego over Sid.
Yeah, because like they do get along better than they do with Sid. So it's like,
yeah,
even in the first
they
movie.
do get along with Sid, but again, I do like the relationship between Manny, Sid, and Diego. Like they get along, but they can get in each other's nerves.
Yeah.
But then the movie ends with the last Scrat segment with Scrat in heaven.
Well, at first, but then
suddenly Scrat gets yeeted out of heaven and dragged back down to Earth because Sid rescued him with CPR.
Which Scrat didn't like, and he just goes and just straight up...
Because he couldn't find his acorn, so he assumed, Sid fucking ate it. So he just went and starts whooping his ass.
Yeah. And Sid's like, but I saved your life!
It's like, I saved you! What the heck, dog? And that was Icy Stew.
Yeah. Positives. Well, plenty.
Animation is better.
Yeah. Definitely. Not as dated as the first one.
It's a really good animation.
I know.
Voice acting really good, especially for the new characters. Queen Latifah is Ellie.
I like her voice.
Sean William Scott as Crash, and Josh Peck as Eddie.
Like them too. But yeah, I like the new characters and I like their voices.
Yeah, freaking Jay Leno's also makes a cameo. Is also a character in this movie too.
Which one? I don't even remember.
Fast Tony.
Yeah. The guy who would try to scam people into buying.
Yeah, like the scam artist.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this guy. Fast Tony will try to sell his own mother for a grape.
And he actually did not. He didn't deny that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, are you making an offer?
But yeah, so they did voice acting. And well, I love the characters, so
characters are good too. The newcomers are really good.
I know. Yeah, I actually like Ellie, Crash, and Eddie.
Yeah.
They definitely made the series a lot more interesting. Let's see. I like the story.
The story's definitely been really good too. Like I said, there's a couple of sad moments in there. The moment with Ellie, like remembering her past,
and realizing that she wasn't actually a possum. And yeah, of course.
The whole thing with Manny thinking about going into depression about him being the last mammoth.
And Sid not really helping.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, good story.
Yeah, freaking Diego. Hey, if you master hygiene, try mastering sensitivity.
Right? That was funny. Let's see, what else? What else? Let me go back to the last list.
Let's see,
Well, you have the classic Scrat segments.
Yep, Strat segment was pretty good too. Again, the classic one of Scrat battling a bunch of freaking piranhas.
Yeah, that was funny. Only for him to lose the nut again.
Yeah. And another moment where he's in like a vulture's nest trying to get the acorn, and then freaking gets kicked out by the bigger vulture.
That was funny. Let's see, what else have I not covered? What about I'm trying to remember. Like, what did you think of the music? Because I don't really remember any tracks. So
The music was pretty good. I think the music was pretty good. The I still remember the freaking the mo with the mo. But no, the moment with Sid trying to. Oh yeah, there's another like plot point with like Sid getting kidnapped by a tribe of like mini sloths.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I love that sequence, especially when they were doing the percussion with their their mouths and hands and shit.
Yeah, that was a good moment there too.
Now they fucking chuck him into a pit of lava as a sacrifice.
Yeah, there's like celebrating. It's like, this could either be really good or really bad.
It's like guys, you could come up with another plan. They're like, nah, we'll just go with this one. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like together we look for a solution. We have one. Sacrifice the Fire King. That doesn't seem really advanced. Worth a shot.
It's like they just did not care.
They just want to chuck Sid into a volcano. They had no qualms of doing it.
I know. I'm like, guys, y'all are fucked up.
Oh no, that's freaking. Yeah, no, that's my end, Maple. My bad. But yeah.
Let's see. Have we covered? I think that's. I guess. Oh, the humor. Of course, the humor was.
Humor is really good, and all the characters. Oh yeah, another moment though with the crash Eddie, with like where Manny slingshots crash out of a tree and just slams right into a tree.
That was funny. And fun fact, I'm sure you already know this, but fun fact, there was a deleted scene where the tree at first would like bounce Eddie back and forth, and
oh yeah, I remember that the possum outtakes where like I forget Eddie crashed his tail to the tree, and all it would do is just slam and crash back and forth. Remind me of the freaking bit from the Simpsons movie where Homer's just like slamming into the rock in the hard place.
Oh yeah. That was funny. And speaking of which, one of these, I can't remember which one of these movies actually has a sneak peek into the Simpsons movie. I think it was the second. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, no. I also remember the special features. I remember people always mean with these random like segments where Sid would like advertising other shows. There's the one more where he's advertising Family Guy. It's just like where you hear Sid quoting bits of the theme song. It seems today all you see on TV is violence in movies and sex on TV. Where are those good old fashioned values we used to rely? That's called the Family Guy. He's coming up next.
Wow, that's Fox Animation for you.
Yeah.
I think we've covered.
I think we covered the basic plot points.
Yeah. Negatives? Are there any?
I guess maybe like the two fish villains. Again, they were fine, but I think they were just kind of there, really.
Yeah, they feel really pointless. I literally forgot about them until.
Yeah, yeah. It's like again, they're fine villains. Like I said, I don't. I think the best one probably might be. I think ironically, it might be like Gut and Rudy.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, but they were just overall irrelevant.
Yeah, they're about as relevant, honestly, as the Tigers. But I mean, at least the Tigers are more of a point.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. Again, the fish villains were well decent. They were just kind of just there.
Yeah. Yeah, if they had had more of a presence, then they wouldn't have been as irrelevant. But really,
Yeah.
you could just cut them out because there's already a threat in the movie.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you have the whole flood element.
so really, they're just superfluous.
Yeah.
Any other negatives?
I mean, you have the one over like Manny's fighting him on the ice.
Yeah,
Uh,
but like that's only like one or two moments where he fights them.
yeah, there's only like two moments in the movie where he's like fighting him, and it's like the other moment really you see with him was where he's killing one of like Fast Tony's like employees or whatever.
Yeah. Which Fast Tony doesn't even notice. And I'm just like, okay.
It's just like dude, your friend your friend's shell is like empty.
And I'm like, dude, how are you not noticing this? But yeah, the fish villains were just really forgettable.
Yeah,
Anything
not
else?
not the weakest villain. Again, that would be in Buck Wild,
Yeah,
but definitely not the best.
yeah. Any other negatives?
Mm,
I can't readily think of any examples.
neither can I.
But
Like I said, we're not going to get into like the really negative points with Ice Age until like way later on.
yeah, because like as the series goes on, it starts to decline. But it had a strong start, so there aren't going to be.
The first two movies were really good, but it's just the fourth one's a guilty pleasure, but it does have some bad points, and the fifth one's just decent.
Yeah, the fifth one, I have quite a bit of things to say about that one.
No. Buck Wild wasn't a villain, but it does have one.
No, yeah, we will get to him because he is an embarrassment to villains everywhere. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yes. Now we're getting to Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs, my personal favorite of the series.
Nice. Personally, mine would be either one or two, but I like Dawn of the Dinosaurs, so.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dinosaurs is. It starts out with Scrat trying to get the acorn again, but this time around he has a female counterpart.
Scratty.
And pretty much their whole thing in the movie is they're both like bickering over the acorn, like who gets it.
Yeah, that's basically what they do.
And then after Scrap falls to the cliff, after for the millionth time, Manny comes running by, screaming about how Ellie is about how Ellie's about to have a baby.
Yeah, and of course it's a false alarm. Manny was just freaking out.
Yeah, Manny was just freaking out because it was just a kick.
Yeah.
I just keep remembering another bit where Sid's like going up to a fat woman, and he's like, "Oh, it looks like someone else got a bun in the oven. I'm not pregnant."
And then he gets slapped. It's like,
Yeah, like, wow, that's too bad. You make a wonderful mother.
Gets hit again. Like, Sid, you really don't have a way with words. You just don't.
Yeah. And pretty much while Manny's getting ready for the new baby, Diego is trying to go hunt for an antelope, but unfortunately gets winded. Like he gets like exhausted.
Yeah, he's lost his edge.
Yeah. Which leads into Diego like wanting to leave the group.
So that he could regain his edge.
And meanwhile, since that's happening, Sid's pretty much left alone. So Sid goes to try to find some new friends that he could be with, but unfortunately falls to the ice.
And then ends up in
a cave where he finds 3 mysterious eggs, and then takes them.
yeah.
He draws like these weird faces on them too.
Yep. And then there's this sequence where he like goes sledding on the ice while trying to protect the eggs.
Yeah, because he loses one down the hill, and then the other 2 come chasing by.
Yep.
And when one of the eggs almost falls off the cliff, Ellie thankfully catches it.
Yep. Then Manny tells Sid, "You gotta return these, fam. They're not yours."
Yeah, Sid's like, no, I'm keeping them.
And shortly after that, they hatch, and they're baby dinosaurs.
Like little baby T-Rexes.
Yep. And
Sid raises them as their parent.
Yep. Unfortunately, guess who shows up?
The mother.
And she is big.
She is pissed.
Mm-hmm. So
first she storms through the village that the cast is in, and takes the baby dinosaurs along with Sid.
Yep. And that's how Sid ended up in this whole new world below the ice.
Yep. So then Manny, Ellie, Crash, and Eddie go down the ice where they last saw the mama T-Rex go into the chase after him. Where they end up in do a new world below the ice filled with dinosaurs.
Yep. And they meet another character, Buckwild.
And then, while they're there admiring the area, they get attacked by a random dinosaur, and then Diego shows up.
Yeah.
And while they're chasing down, they go down a I don't know the name of the dinosaur, but it was like one of the long neck ones, like again like Fred Flintstone. Literally, they referenced Fred Flintstone in the movie.
Oh yeah, they did. I think it's
yeah.
That's true.
And then they get ambushed by a whole bunch of group of dinosaurs, and then they get introduced to a new character in the movie, Buck.
Yes.
Voiced by Simon Pegg. Probably the best character in the movie, though.
Honestly, he pretty much stole the movie. He stole the show.
Yeah, but Buck's fucking great in the movie.
Yeah.
Pretty much Buck saves him from the dinosaurs, and then Manny, Ellie, Crash, and Eddie, Diego tell him about how Sid was abducted by a mama T-Rex. And Buck tells him, "Oh no, I saw him coming through here earlier. She's heading for Lava Falls."
Yep. So they
care for the newborns, and so they set off to go to Lava Falls to find Sid.
Yep. So,
but then when Sid, while Mama's actually trying to eat him, the two of them actually form a bit of a connection. They form a bit of a bond over time.
Yeah.
Goes from the mama trying to eat Sid to actually trying to protect him from a new threat in the dinosaur world, Rudy.
Who's an even bigger dinosaur than the mom.
Mm-hmm. And Rudy and Buck, though, actually have a bit of a backstory. When Buck landed in the Lost World, Rudy kind of attacked him and made him lose an eye.
And then Buck, when he returned the favor, made him lose a tooth.
So then, while they're going through, they make it through like a freaking chamber of gas that makes their like a chamber of helium, pretty much.
That makes them very giggly, very open with sharing their feelings. They laugh. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, as Buck says, they died laughing, because apparently the chamber will make you laugh until you die.
Yeah, fucks up your judgment too.
So they make it through that. They go to the place of woe, where Ellie starts having attractions.
Yep. And then this is where the group splits up. So
Yeah, because a bunch of like little. Again, I don't remember the name of the dinosaurs, but they these group of like blue tiny little dinosaurs like cut off their path and like destroy the rocks separating the group.
Yeah. So now one group goes off to get Sid, and the other.
Yeah, Buck, Crash, and Eddie go find Sid, and Manny and Diego to go get to Ellie before the dinosaurs go and eat her.
Yeah. So Diego and Manny both fight out the dinosaurs.
Diego gets his edge back.
Yep. And meanwhile, Buck, Crash, and Eddie are flying this dinosaur to go and save Sid. They manage to do it, and then they crash like dumbasses.
Yeah. It's just like I'm not trying to alert you guys, but who's flying this thing?
Oh yeah! Fucking hits the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then they fall, but then they regain their altitude, and yay.
Yeah. And then they make it to. They all meet up again, and Ellie gives birth to her daughter, Peaches.
Who's so cute! But yeah. And then Buck decides to take them all back home. They invite him to come, but he decides to stay.
But unfortunately, as they get there, guess who shows up? Rudy.
Oh yeah. But then, the Mamba T-Rex comes and beats ass.
Mm-hmm. Then the mama pushes Rudy off a cliff.
And then Buck's like, oh shit.
So then they are like, hey Buck, come with us. And Buck's like, okay. And then as they were coming up, Buck hears Rudy roaring. Rudy's alive. And Buck's like, this whole world should really stay down here. Someone should protect it. I'm the man for the job.
And then they're all like, oh, okay. It's like, hug, hug, kiss, kiss, bye-bye. Anyway.
Then they make it up and pretty much get Peaches accustomed to the world above.
Yep. And that is
the final Scrat sequence is pretty much near the halfway point of the movie. Scrat and Scratay fall in love, and they kind of just ditch the acorn for a while.
But then Scrat gets enticed by the acorn again at one point.
At the end of the movie, and which leads to Scrat and Scratay fighting once more for it. Scrat gets on the ice while Scratay is still down in the lost world. And Scrat brags about him getting the acorn, and then a piece of ice slams the acorn out of his hands
and into the lost world. And then he screams, as he usually does.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Ice Age 3. Positives. Animations, again, really fucking good.
Yeah. I like the animation.
Voice acting really good, again, especially with Buck.
I know Buck's. I just love Buck's voice. I love it.
Yeah. It's like, hey, it's time to get Buck wild.
No, I love it.
Yeah. I still remember the sequence where they're trying to he's trying to get Manny and Diego out of this carnivorous plant. He's just
yeah.
He gets in and he came fit to the top. Manny's like, who's fat now?
That was funny.
Or the sequence after the fact, and where Buck's listing off these rules and stuff. The last one, he's like, rule number 3, he who has gas, but travels in the back of the pack.
And then I can't remember who it was. Either
I think it was Eddie.
Yeah, he's like, oh man. Then he walks to the back, and I'm like, okay.
The sequence near the end of it, where he's just like, rule number 5 says you can run over rule number 2 if there's a female involved, or possibly a cute dog. You know, just making these rules when they go along.
Basically. Yeah, Buck had a lot of good lines in the movie.
Yeah. I still remember the bit though when Ellie's trying to give the keyword, because Manny gives a keyword to tell when Peaches is coming.
Yeah.
It's scream Peaches, and Ellie's trying to list off the things. I just love the back and forth. Pineapples, she gets cravings. Grapefruits, nectarines, she's ordering a fruit cocktail. Peaches,
wait, what? Peaches! She's having a baby!
Ellie's reaction. Can someone slap him for me? Fucking crash slaps Eddie.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah. Can you try to hold it in?
It's like, can someone slap him for me? Ow! Done and done.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Or the bit where Diego's on the platform trying to defend Ellie from the dinosaurs. The bit where he's like trying to push the log out the cliff. It looks very suggestive what Diego's doing.
Yeah, because it looks like he's trying to give birth. And like,
yeah, he's just like, I can't do it. It's just one more big push. You have no idea what I'm going through.
And then she gives him a look, and he's like, "Okay, forget I said that." And then,
yeah, it's like, who's the one giving birth, Diego?
Right? It's like, Diego. Well, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
And at one point, Ellie squeezes his hand, and he just wrecks it.
Yeah, he just got the bones like cracking his paw.
And at one point, Diego's like doing the breathing with her, and then he's getting lightheaded.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm getting dizzy.
Well, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty silly in this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's also this one part, like just after he started getting his edge back, Diego's just doing a little dance with this, and Ellie's like, "Hey,
yeah.
Twinkle Toes, get over here and help me."
Oh yeah. No, I just love the bit where he's like squeezing his paw, and he's just like, "Just go with the pain." Ellie screams, "What? It's just a contraction." And I was like, "No, not that." He just points to a dinosaur behind him.
That was funny.
And like where Diego's trying to tell Ellie, just breathe. I just love how he's like trying to fend off two dinosaurs. He's like, just breathe. That's the important thing.
Right.
Diego has a lot of good moments in this movie.
He does. He's just pretty funny in this one.
Yeah.
I think every woman who has ever gone through pregnancy would agree with that slap. Yep, right? Right, exactly.
Yeah. It's just like... I don't think you can just hold a baby and get a crash.
Right? It's like, try to hold it in. Can someone just slap him for me? That was too funny. Because she would have done it herself if she had been given the chance.
Or there's one part where like Sid's like trying to make sure Mama doesn't eat him or whatever. Freaking, he just goes right up her nose. And he's like, "Woo, nice music, nice mucus." I don't say that to everyone. Or the freaking the part where like he's trying to get the babies to eat like vegetables and stuff. He takes like this bird, hangs over the edge, and like throws it away. He's like, "You're gone, be free."
But it's a flightless bird.
Bird.
Oh.
Sid just freaking killed a bird.
Yeah, this series has a few moments of dark humor, and this is one of them. It's like it was flightless.
Or the meme line in IC3 is when Buck's telling the story. He's just like, Crash is like, were you killed? Sadly, yes, but I lived.
And I was like, did you die? I was like, no, I didn't.
I did, but I didn't.
Yeah, Crash and Eddie are just very stupid. They know, they even say so themselves in the fourth film, so they know how stupid they are.
Oh yeah, it's just like, we are very, very stupid.
It's like, at least they're self-aware. But
yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah,
great characters. I mean, right? Like Buck Wild. Hello.
Yeah, and Buck's a really great addition. Too bad they screwed him up in his spin-off.
They forgot what made him good. Honestly, I think they did.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else.
Rudy was actually a pretty decent villain.
Yeah, definitely. Unlike the villains in quotes, I put these in quotes, in Ice Age 2.
Again, Rudy had definitely got a good chunk of build-up.
Yeah, definitely. You could forget.
No, again, I hear people saying this is like a criticism for IC3. We're talking about like how Rudy wasn't shown off enough. again, I think he was shown off fine, especially like again, I do like how they try to hype him up.
Yeah, like they were really just like slowly going slowly inching towards his big moment.
Is yeah. Again, they don't disappoint though. The whole scene, like them trying to subdue Rudy, was like really, really well done.
Oh yeah, and then Sid fucks it up.
Oh yeah, he trips over one of the vines, holding Rudy down, and breaks it.
And I'm like, Sid, can you not screw up for one moment, please?
Yeah. Even even his own Brandon calls him a fucking screw up in SH4.
Right? Because he is a screw up. He is, and
Yeah.
he knows it.
He just rolls with it.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, I should say type good villain, and of course great humor.
I think this probably has the best humor out of the movies.
Yeah, particularly from, in my opinion, Buck and Diego.
Yeah,
like,
Buck and Diego had like the best lines in the movie. It's just one bit where like he's like using these two like dinosaur skulls as like puppets, and he starts like strangling his own foot. Man, he's just like he's strangling his own foot.
Yeah. So many good moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. The lovable screw up. Let's see what else.
I would say like the Lost World's like the most like pleasing looking area in the movie.
I know. Good looking environments, really.
Yeah, like again, great set pieces. The dinosaur designs look really great.
Yeah, they feel like real dinosaurs. What the heck? Okay, let's see. Can't really remember anything regarding the music.
The music was good too. I'd say it was good.
Yeah, particularly during the action scenes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I also remember this one moment like where they're trying to go fend off Rudy. They run. Diego runs by the dinosaur that attacked him right as soon as they entered it, like cowering in the corner. I love Diego's reaction to him. Wuss.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
He just stops, turns back to him, and just calls him a wuss.
I was like, Diego, you have no chill. He really doesn't. Like, he's just very sarcastic, and I love it. Like, kind of like Manny. It's like I can see why they're both friends.
Yeah. They just put up with Sid.
Yeah.
Oh, one moment when Peach is born, Sid sees him. The one moment, Sid, it's a boy. Diego, that's his tail. It's a girl.
I was like, oh, Sid. Sid. How do you mistake Peaches for a boy? But yeah, anything else that we...
The Scrat and Scratay moments were good.
Oh, right. Of course, you can't forget those.
I still remember the one that they're doing this tango, and then freaking one moment during it, Scratay just winds up and kicks Scrat right in the balls.
And then later does it again in the face.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of good moments between those two where they're just constantly pushing and shoving each other and trying to get the acorn.
Again, it sounds like the baby Scrat stuff in the Scratch shorts.
Yeah. Anything else? I think that's...
No, I can't really think of anything else.
Oh, right. Good story, of course.
Good story, great story, probably the best story out of the in the movies.
Yeah. Definitely one of the best ones, unlike that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that eventually.
There's just, but yeah, I'll wait.
Well, we have two more movies to go. We can wait.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's all
Let's see.
positives.
Yeah.
Negatives.
Negatives. I can't really think of any. Again, I love this movie so much. I can't really think of any negatives.
Me neither. I guess the whole thing about Diego losing his edge, honestly, I felt that it wasn't necessary. Like, it just doesn't have a presence in the plot. Like, it's brought up at the beginning, and then it's brought up at the end. There's no in between. So I have to wonder why it was even put in the story, because you could just write the story without it.
Yeah, but even then, it wasn't bad. It definitely gave Diego like the motivation he needed.
Yeah, true. Oops.
I can't really think of any negatives. The movie's just that good.
Yeah. Not one of my favorites. I mean, one of my favorite Ice Age movies, but not my favorite. But yeah, definitely enjoyable.
I'd say it's still mine.
Mine would probably be the first one, and then the second one, and then the third one. The others, we'll get to those.
They're decent, but again, friggin' Buck Wild though. No.
Yeah.
No. Definitely no.
Really, everyone hated it. It's just like, wow. Damn. But yeah, not really, barely any negatives. Now, this one I typed up. It's a bit of shade towards the last three movies. Although I still enjoyed the fourth one, and I tolerated the fifth. But, so... So, for Ice Age Continental Drift, I typed, Diego needs something to do. Let's give him a girlfriend. And then for...
I will say...
Oh, go ahead.
I will say though the relationship between Diego and Shiro were actually pretty good.
Yeah. Not to say that the relationship was bad. I was just like poking fun at the movie for doing that. Of course, there was collision course. Sid needs something to do. Let's give him a girlfriend.
And she was alright.
Yeah, she was okay.
She wasn't bad, but she's alright. Yeah, this is like Ice Age 1. Hey, let's get them together. 2. Man needs a girlfriend. 3. Let's give Manny a kid.
Yep.
4. Diego needs a girlfriend. 5. Sid needs a girlfriend.
And
6. Buck Wild. Buck needs a girlfriend.
Yeah. Or a close friend, whatever.
Or whatever the fuck you want to say with
yeah,
that.
because I don't know what that relationship is, nor do I care. Oh, and Eddie and Crash need something to do. Okay, let's give them adoptive parents. Boom! We got everyone. Everyone's taken care of. Awesome. Yeah, okay. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, that last one didn't need to happen. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But, anyway, but, yeah. I will say I did enjoy the fourth film. I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, I don't think 4 is bad either. It's decent. I like it.
Same.
Oh,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. At first, like, to me, at first the film had a bit of a rough start, but I quickly grew to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Especially the Granny character. At first I found her annoying,
Granny's fucking hilarious in the movie.
I love her.
Like, yeah, Granny's like Buck. It's like, she's fucking great.
I know. Like, she grows on you.
Yeah, like I still love the one moment where she's in the water and she's like, "This is my first bath in decades," and like the oil and shit secreting off her, and it like kills like fish and then it kills a shark.
And then I was like, ew. I was like, ew, gross. She became an environmental hazard without even trying.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
But yeah, so Ice Age 4, Scrat, while looking for his acorn again, he tries to bury it, and then unfortunately causes the Continental Drift.
Right. He causes Pangea to split apart into the continents we know today.
Yeah. His face goes into friggin' Mount Rushmore. He makes the giraffe necks fucking stretch out.
Yeah.
King, his face is on the friggin' Sphinx.
Oh yeah, I remember
The
that.
freaking nose falls off.
Yeah.
So yeah, then it cuts to Manny waking up after hearing the earth start to shake. Then he starts looking around for Peaches, which again in this movie, Peaches is now a teenager.
Which means boys, boys, boys.
Pretty much, she has a friend named Lewis, voiced by Josh Gad, Olaf.
Oh, they're the same person. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, yeah,
I hear
yeah,
it now.
yeah, yeah. Lewis is voiced by Josh Gad, who is a pretty much kind of a shut-in type character,
Yeah.
where he always likes to have his head in the dirt.
Yeah. But he
And
actually does develop later, but we'll talk about that
yeah,
later.
yeah, he does. Then Peaches meets up, goes to go find a group of teenage mammoths, and which I'll say now I don't like. I fucking hate the mammoths, like the mammoth scenes in the movie. Besides Peaches, they are all just.
Yeah, that's the thing. These characters, I just find them really basic and boring. Like they're just, and at times intolerable.
They're annoying as fuck. Like again, you got one voiced by Drake, got one voiced by Nicki Minaj. It's just they could have done so much more with these characters, and they didn't.
Yeah.
That's a negative I'll say what I see for it. The fucking mammoth character, like the mammoth teens are awful.
Yeah. Like especially Nikki, she's just trying way too hard in her performance. You're trying too hard, fam. Stop. You just stop.
And Drake is just he's a fucking dick.
Yeah. He's just. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he's just a jerk.
Yeah, and then while Peach is going to meet the mammoths, Diego's just just exercising and stuff, doing his own thing. Then he's suddenly ambushed by a family of sloths.
Yeah.
Which again, spoiler, it's Sid's family. it's
Yeah, you actually get to see them in this one, only for
Yeah,
5 minutes.
because again, the whole thing with Sid bringing up his parents in the first one gets shown off here for
Yeah.
about a few minutes.
Yep. And their family, they don't like Sid or Granny, so they pretty much just leave both of them there.
Yeah, they ditch Granny. they ditch Granny onto Sid.
And
And
then,
again, like we said, Granny's also a great fucking character.
yeah. Oh, good night, Scott.
Good night, Scott.
But yeah, Granny's a great character. So, there's another cataclysmic event, and we gotta
And,
migrate.
Yep. And unfortunately, Manny, Sid, Diego, and also Granny get separated from Ellie and Peaches.
Yep. Because a crack forms between them on the ice, and they all get separated.
Yep. And Manny tells Ellie to make it to the land bridge, and he'll meet them there eventually.
Yep. So now we got two plots going on.
Yep. Well, three again with Scrap, but we'll talk about Scrap in a bit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Then while they're on the ocean, they run into a group of pirates, like these pirate animals.
Yep. And their leader's a gorilla, I think.
I think it's an orangutan.
Oh,
or
orangutan.
something.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And another, like a whole crewmate of pirates, like
Yeah, one's a seal, I believe.
one's a seal, yeah, like an elephant seal. There's a rabbit. There's a kangaroo. There's a badger, and a warthog, I think.
And a saber-toothed tiger. Hint, hint.
Yeah, and a saber-toothed tiger named Shira.
Yep. I only remember. Oh, go ahead.
Voiced by Jennifer Lopez.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jennifer Lopez is in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And Captain Gut is voiced by Peter Dinklage.
Yep. So, Yeah, I only remember the tiger, the bunny, the seal, and the orangutan. Everyone else, they're just forgettable.
I don't really remember the kangaroo all that much. The kangaroo doesn't really do all that much.
Yeah. Honestly, it really should have just been the 4 characters I mentioned. The others just don't matter. I'm sorry, they don't.
The badger exists, and so the warhog doesn't really do anything either.
Yeah, it's like it's such a waste of characters, fam. But
then pretty much Gut knocks Manny and the others out and ties them up to his ship.
But they escape and cause a shit ton of destruction in the process.
They break Gut's ship, and Gut goes on a bit of a revenge plot.
Yep.
Trying to kill Manny because he destroyed my bounty.
Which was a shit ton of fruit he had saved.
Yeah, which was just a bunch of fruit.
Yeah. I was like, damn, that's a waste of food. And it's your fault, man. It's not Manny's fault. It's your fault. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Then pretty much Shira gets separated from the crew and is pretty much forced to join up with Manny, Sid, Diego, and Granny.
Yep. And Diego's like, it's like, bro, don't go with them. Go with us.
Yeah. Again, like I said, Diego's relationship with Shira in this movie is pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the relationship.
Yeah. It got a decent amount of focus in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good. And Shira does develop, like she initially betrays them, but later she helps them out.
Because they then arrive to this island where they see another one of Gut's ships, where he's like pretty much forcing like these little creatures, like these little critters, to pretty much be slaves.
Yeah. And then Sid and the others team up with those creatures to get revenge, to like steal the
ship to get on this current back on to get back home.
Yep. And they succeed after Sid nearly fucks up again.
Well, he does fuck up because Sid accidentally eats these berries that paralyze him.
Yeah. He fucks up, but they still manage to escape. That's what I mean. Yeah. Like.
Yeah. While they're running to get to the ship, they get Manny and Sid get onto Sid and Granny get onto the boat, but Diego stays behind because Shira pretty much tackles him to the ground. Diego's like, "Hey, come on, Shira. You don't have to do this. You can join us." Shira reluctantly agrees,
but then decides to stay behind and instead sabotages her leader's attempt to catch the ship, giving them the others time to escape.
Yeah.
And then the captain gets mad at her just after finding the new ship. Like, he literally just makes one out of nothing.
He grabs this ice wall, like forces it into the ocean.
Like, dude, how strong are you?
Like, dear God.
Like, no joke, he was even going toe to toe with Manny in the last. Yeah. I was like, dude, how strong are you? You should not be that strong.
And once again, Gut gets pissed off at Shira because she betrayed him.
Yeah. But
so then, while Manny and the others are sailing away, Sid finally gets unparalyzed.
Yep. And now we cut to Ellie, who... Oh, go ahead. You can finish.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, meanwhile, Ellie is, like, struggling with, deciding to hang out with the cool kids, or hanging out with her...
Yeah. Hey! Sorry.
See, even the dog hates the mammoths.
Yeah, freaking Ellie's like trying to tell Peaches about like you should be careful about the boys you're meeting with.
Yeah. Did I say Ellie? I meant Peaches. I mix up their names for some reason. I don't know why.
Peaches is like.
But yeah. Her
Peaches is trying to hang. Peaches is trying to hang with the cool kids.
But then realizes, no, I want to hang with. Was it Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis. Yeah, because the whole moment where it's like or Peaches just like goes, it tells like, oh yeah, Lewis isn't actually my friend. Lewis gets pissed off, like gets upset at that and leaves.
Yeah. But they make up at the end of the film.
Yeah, yeah, they make up for it. They make up near the end of the film. But then as they were walking, they realized, oh yeah, the land bridge got destroyed.
Yeah. So they have to
So
find another way.
Their route of escape, they're fucked.
Yep.
But as Manny and the others are sailing away, friggin' Diego starts thinking like, man, I think I might be in love with Shira.
Yep. And Manny and Sid tease him about it. Actually, it's really funny.
Yeah, yeah. It's just no, Sid. It's 4 words. Starts with L, ends with E. Nice.
No, love. Oh.
Yeah, they do the Diego and Shira sitting in a tree. Kissing.
Diego's like real mature, guys. Real mature.
Yeah, then they run into these sirens, and honestly, these things are fucking horrifying.
I know. They're piranhas or whatever. I don't know, whatever.
Like these weird like salamander weird like reptilian things.
Yeah.
Like they shape like there's like Lowell, like Manny, Sid, Diego, and Granny like with these visions of like ones they love. Like Sid has like this mermaid sloth. Granny has like this weird ball fucking King Triton looking sloth.
Diego has Shira, obviously. So
Diego, Shira, and Manny has Ellie and Peaches. And Manny realizes right away something's going on because Ellie says that he's right, even though Manny's like, wait a minute, Ellie would never say that,
right? Because they disagree a lot, so it's like no.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and Manny snaps everyone out of it,
and then turns the ship away from the rocks, the sharp rocks.
Yeah, the sharp rocks that were about to capsize the ship.
Yep. So you get a nice little reference to the Odyssey there.
No, my favorite part about it is freaking. It's like as soon as Manny turns the ship around, Diego and Sid collide each other, and start like kissing each other. It's just and then, Diego, wait, why are we kissing? Because cruises are romantic.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I love the reaction the sirens give to Sid when he's like, Sid runs up to the edge and he goes, "Call me!" The kind of starts like,
oh yeah, that was funny. He was just like,
like no. And then they see freaking Scrat running by. Oh yeah, the whole thing with Scrat. It's like so, Scrat winds up on this piece of island where like he finds this like this freaking Scrat skeleton pointing into the ocean. He looks in the ocean and sees his acorn, so he grabs a rock and like goes down into the ocean, and like the pressure of it like squeezes his like face in.
Yeah.
And like he gets the acorn and it's like it's split in half, like it's like half of the acorn, and inside the acorn is a map, so like a treasure map, pretty much essentially, and that's Scrat's whole arc in this the movie is like he's following a treasure map.
Yep. And at one point, he even falls victim to the sirens.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, my favorite part about that is like, so he finds a siren, and it takes the form of Scrate. His Scrat falls in love for a second, and he's like, yeah. He just walks away.
Right.
He's like, no, I don't like this bitch.
And I was like, but okay, I'll show the acorn then. Wow.
Yeah, and then he tries to bury the acorn. AKA, he starts slamming the siren's head into the freaking ice.
And of course, the sirens don't like that, and
they chase after Scrat.
Yep. Like he just runs across the water.
Yeah, and then we cut back to Man and the others almost making their way home. Oh, the whole thing with Granny in this movie is like she's like looking for her old pet named Precious,
who turns out to be a giant whale.
Yeah, so she's like throwing a shit ton of like fruit into the water,
just wasting it, seemingly. But
yeah, it's just. And then freaking so they then make it back in. They finally make it back to their home, and then they see that the land bridge is destroyed.
And that's not the worst part. Guess
so
what?
So then Mandy thinking that shit, Ellie and Peaches might be dead. And then they hear Peaches yelling out for Manny.
But
as it turns out, the pirates made it there before them.
Yep, and now Ellie, Peaches, and the others are being held hostage.
by Gut and the crew.
Yep.
So now it's up to Manny, Sid, Diego,
And
Granny.
Don't forget Granny.
Granny and Shira to stop the pirates.
Yeah. So Shira does a 180 and he's like, I'm gonna just free you here.
Yeah. Freaking oh yeah, no, I remember the bit with Ellie. She's like tied into there, the freaking rabbit goes up to him.
Ellie like crushes it. Like she
squishes him like turns into like a fucking pancake.
You know. She just fucking squash that shit.
Oh yeah, she makes like a tricks reference. It's like silly rabbit, piracy doesn't pay.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, and then Sid and Granny run away from like the badger and the. Oh wait, no, there was also a bird. I just remembered the fucking bird. There was a bird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, there was like a bird, but like Sid and Granny are running over like the seal and the badger, and then they're like, oh, any last words? Granny calls out for Precious one more time, and so like, will you stop it with the Precious?
It's like, and
then freaking, and then the whale Precious appears, and I love Sid's reaction. That's your pet.
And then Granny uses that pet to actually kick a shit ton of ass.
Oh yeah, she fucking blows him away with like the blowhole.
Yeah, even the fat seal.
Oh yeah, the seal weirdly enjoys it for like some reason.
Because he's dumb as fuck. So it's like, yeah, seal's like, oh, I love this.
Yeah, it's freaking. I love how they just use Sid as like a freaking sprinkler, just freaking.
Oh yeah.
Down the water, out of the freaking blowhole.
Yeah, Sid's like, okay, I'm gonna just aim here and here and here and here.
Yeah. The freaking So then freaking. Oh yeah, and the whole thing with Lewis though is like, he freaking confronts Gut, where the badger actually tosses Buck's weapon. No joke, that was actually Buck's weapon.
Yeah, how did it end up there?
Yeah, freaking I remember he digs underneath like the ice and he grabs a chunk of ice and slams it around the Gut's foot.
Yep. Yeah, like so he was like Lewis was trying to handle the weapon, but he was like fuck it, and then he just went under the ice and then just comes out of it and then slams the ice onto Gut's foot and then takes Peaches away.
Yeah. So then Peaches swings Gut away, swings around swings out a bunch of vines, slams Gut away, and then Manny goes to go over to get Ellie, but unfortunately Gut cuts the root off, and now it's down to him and Manny.
And they're just trading blows on
like a sliding patch of ice, and then Manny fucking it's like, told you, Tommy, you should never mess with the master of the seas. Well, it's a good thing I weigh 11 tons. He stomps on a piece of ice, slingshotting Gut up, and Manny bats him away like a freaking baseball.
Yep. And I was like, don't fuck with Manny, bitch.
Yeah, the Manny gets slingshot away, then gets saved by Precious.
Yep. And meanwhile,
I love the line that Granny gives at the end. She's just like, told you, who said old ladies can't drive? Yeah, so then freaking Gut wakes up on like a patch of ice in the ocean, and he falls victim to one of the sirens. Like he fucking dies to one of the sirens.
Yeah. Like they literally just start eating him, and then
so then Manny and the others see that their home's destroyed, and then Manny gets an idea where they can live next, which is the island they were previously on earlier in the film.
Yeah. And yeah.
And at the end of the movie, Scrap makes it to the island, which full of these other Scrats, what they call Scratlantis.
Yeah, and Scrat.
But unfortunately, he pretty much drowns the entire city.
Yeah, because he pulled one of the plugs on the in the city that was keeping it from drowning, and because he went crazy after seeing all the acorns there, and yeah. Oh, and he turns. Yeah.
Yeah, he turns the entire Scratlands into literally a desert.
Yep.
And then he screams, and that's the end of the movie.
Yep. Oh, and of course, Shira decides to hang out with the others, and Peaches.
Yep. Shira stays with Diego.
Yep. And Peaches hangs out with Lewis and the other mammoths. And
maybe Ellie is maybe Peaches and Lewis aren't actually losers.
Yeah, great.
Too bad your whole character arc was pointless.
Basically. And yeah,
that's it for Ice Age 4. Positives: animation's still really good.
Yeah, I think the animation was a step up.
Yeah. Story was decent.
Yeah, decent story. Not the best one, but decent.
Most part, good characters.
Yeah. They were good characters. Granny.
Lewis was good.
Yeah, he was good. Too bad he doesn't have he makes only one appearance in the 5th film, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, he doesn't even say anything. He just cameo.
Yeah, and at least have him. It's like, but no, we gotta make room for Peaches' fiance. Okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah. And good villain, even though a good chunk of it probably could have been cut.
Yeah.
Again, Gut was a good villain. 3 of the other pirates were good. The other ones who just shove off.
Yeah. Honestly. So really.
Yeah.
Let's see. The humor. I like the humor.
Humor was pretty good. Oh yeah, no, I still remember the bit when they're in the ocean. Sid drinks some of the salt water.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, fam, what were you expecting? It's the ocean. Most of it's salt water.
You're not gonna find one bit of it to be regular water.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? Personally, I like the... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Personally, I like the music.
The music was actually really good, too. I like the ending credits theme. We Are Family was actually pretty good.
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
Especially the credit sequence version of it, where Granny cuts out the music and just instead of family.
Yeah, she messes up the lyrics entirely.
Yeah, it's Granny, it's We Are Family.
Nah, it's ham and cheese. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. What else is there?
Let's see. Scratch segments were decent.
Yeah. Good scratch segments. That's pretty much a staple of the series.
Yep, scratch segments are all being good, especially the scratch shorts.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Negatives.
Yeah.
Oh, we have quite a few.
The Mammoth characters should have been cut.
Yeah.
Some of the pirates should have been cut.
Yeah.
Shit. Let's see. I had a couple in my head.
Oops.
Oh, maybe you should give him a little more time with Sid's family instead of just shoving them off after 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's exactly why I found that the film had a rough start, because it's like,
yeah,
you have this family and then they yeet themselves out of the film.
Yeah. The beginning definitely had a rough start, so I'd say that was definitely a negative movie.
Yeah. I feel like I could say that. I could say more, but maybe we.
Let's see.
Okay, I'm not a fan of some of the voice acting. So Nicki Minaj and Drake in particular.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. Yeah, Nicki Minaj and Drake were just bad in this movie. They were like, ugh. They were literally, like some of them would sound like this, and they would just say the same like, oh my god, like same thing like over and over again.
Nicki Minaj. Sorry.
Not wrong. They would sound so stereotypical teen. It fucking hurt.
I know. And Drake just sounded so boring, and I'm like, fam, you gotta emote. I'm sorry. You gotta
he's like, hey, Peaches, you want to go hang out with us? It's like, dude, emote.
I know, like, dude, you have done acting before. Come on, come on. Like, you can do acting in real life, but not voice acting. I mean, I guess there's a certain art to voice acting. Don't get me wrong, but it's like I would think you would have done better because, like, you have acting, you had acting experience. Like, come on.
You're fucking, you sing music. You don't. How the fuck do you fuck that up?
I know. So he just sounds so bored most of the time. Like, fam.
Yeah, it's like you make music. How the fuck do you sound this bored in voice acting?
I know. And the other mammoth, she was so forgettable that, like,
she had that like very like Valley Girl accent to her.
I know.
It was just
irritating.
Ugh.
Like, really, you could just make them all the same character, and there would be no difference at all.
Like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And I was like, why have all these characters so you could just make them into one and save time and writing? Like, come on. Like, that would have made things a little better.
Like, Lewis, while a decent character, could have been a little more fleshed out with his personality.
Yeah, honestly, Lewis should have had more focus.
Yeah. Freaking Crash and A were kind of just there in the movie too.
I forgot that they were like they have like only
one or two scenes in the movie.
Yeah, it's just like they were just there. Like they have a bit more presence in Collision Course, but here they're just
like they have more presence in 2 and 3.
That
but
too.
Like here in 4 it's just like, what do they even do? They just tell Lewis that they're stupid and they were trying to sneak away from the pirates. Like, even then, it's like, what? Like, what are you guys doing?
I know. Like, you could cut them out of the film and nothing would change. You can't, like, for all the other characters, you wouldn't be able to do that. It's just them. It's just them.
You couldn't do that for Ellie. You couldn't do that for Peaches. You couldn't do that for May San Diego, for obvious reasons.
Or Granny.
Or Granny.
Shira.
Or Shira, because they all have their good character moments in the movie. But it's just like, then you get the scenes like with Ellie and you see Crash and Eddie just there. It's like, what?
I know. I literally forgot that they were there at one point. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, they exist. Yeah, see, this one is just, it's a guilty pleasure, but it's like, it's not as good as the first 3.
Yeah, like, I enjoy it, but it definitely has a good chunk of problems.
Yeah. I feel like the problem was that there were just too many characters. Like, they could have cut some of these out, and the writing would have been so much better.
Yeah, it's just like, Jesus. Especially with 5, where I feel like the negative we'll say for 5 is like, the plot just feels very all over the place at points.
That's the thing. It's just very scattershot. It's like, what the fuck's going on? That was my reaction throughout the entire movie. I was like, what's going on?
I think it's like, yeah, we'll get that in a sec, but it's just like, jeez.
God, but yeah, Continental Drift. I have a long list of negatives here. God damn.
Damn, about as much as the positives.
Right? It's like, yeah, that's the thing. This film is a very mixed bag.
like I like it at points and I don't like it at points. It's just, damn.
I know. Like, but still, Tam and I enjoyed it. It's not
Yeah,
perfect, but we enjoyed it.
it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it's all right. And then
All right,
there's
now there's Collision Course. Again, decent, I guess. It's
yeah,
all right. It's okay.
it's enjoyable at times, but like it's just it's
Scatterbrained.
yeah, it feels like just one big acid trip or close to that. Like even if you have like the Blu-ray or DVD or whatever, like even the sequence that plays while you're while you're looking through the menu, even if that just basically describes the whole movie. It's like it's just one big clusterfuck of what the fuck.
Yeah, it's
Throughout
like
the entire movie.
yeah. So Collision Course is okay. So Scratch again, once again, trying to bury the acorn, stumbles upon a UFO.
Yeah, he literally finds a UFO encased in ice, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how, but okay, just okay.
And he plugs the acorn into the controls, and it takes off in outer space. That's where we're gonna see Scrap for the rest of this movie.
Yeah, just basically just fucking shit up in outer space.
Yeah. So then, while Scrap's messing around in outer space, he starts sending he accidentally sends a meteor into Earth.
Yep.
Anyway, cut back to Manny. He's playing hockey with his daughter.
And she's kicking his ass.
Hmm.
Which I enjoy.
And then Crash. Yeah. And Crash and Eddie are cheerleaders.
Yeah. And... Oh, and by the way, Peaches... Oh, she's got a man now!
Yep. She's got a man, Julian.
Who's... Okay, so, Julian, if I could just describe his character, he's like a stereotypical suburban white dad who...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just basically his entire character.
He's not awful. He's not as bad as the Mammoth characters before, but he's just okay.
Yeah, he's okay. He's just okay. He has good moments, he has bad moments. He's okay. He's a mixed bag.
Yeah, he's just okay. And then, so then it cuts to Sid, who, again, Sid's whole arc in this movie is he's lonely.
Yeah.
He hooks up with this one sloth, again, who dumps his ass.
Her name was Francine, I believe.
Yeah. It's like he tries to propose, and Francine's is like, we've only been dating for like 15 minutes.
Then Sid's like, I know, and it felt like 20. And I'm like, okay, dude.
Like, okay, fam. And apparently, he also made like a bikini out of her for like out of poison ivy,
which she threw right back at him.
And then Sid starts wiping it on his face, and he gets poison ivy on his face.
And I'm just like, how is this sloth not dead?
Yeah, for real. It's like, Scrat, how the hell is he not dead?
Right? Because they both keep putting themselves in danger. It's like, how are y'all not dead?
Yeah, it's just freaking.
But
So then, freaking. Another thing I'll have to say of this movie: Diego just exists. Diego's just there.
he is. He has quite a number of lines, but he's really just there.
Yeah, and then like. And the whole thing of like Ellie's like being very secretive or something, like, and it's just like she giggles at Manny and kind of wears him out until him and Diego like talking about it like a bar or some shit.
Yeah.
And then like friggin' Sid shows up and with the poison ivy on his face and freaking runs into Manny's ass and like grabs his ass.
For some, yeah, I'm like, okay.
And it starts going into this whole tirade of like how everyone has somebody and all he has is gorgeous, good looking, and a mariachi band he hired.
And I'm like, well, you have one of those things, but
It's not the good looks.
Nope. But yeah, so Manny takes it and decides to go and wash the poison ivy off.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens next. I'm trying to remember.
Then after that, there's more like Scrat stuff going on with like I forgot what Scrat did at the moment. Oh, he was like fucking around with the gravity on the ship, and then like gets
right, like it's like this not low gravity and then very high gravity.
Like he gets he starts switching to very heavy gravity. And he starts getting like steamrolled by his own acorn.
I was like, damn, fam. Ouch.
Anyway, so then it cuts back to Earth where Manny and Diego are, where Diego's carrying Sid on his back and Sid's still crying about losing his girlfriend.
Yep. Oh, but guess what?
And it turns out the whole reason why Ellie was being very secretive is because they were planning an anniversary party.
Which Manny?
But guess what? Manny forgot.
Oops.
Yes, it's one of those plot points where like one of the characters forgets their anniversary.
Usually the man, but yeah. But yeah, and
then everyone's like wondering, like, "Oh, hey, Manny, what gift did you get for Ellie?" Manny's stumbling around, and suddenly a fireworks show starts going off. And Manny plays it off as that's what was his gift to Ellie. But as it turns out, that fireworks festival was not a fireworks festival. It was actually just meteorites crashing into the Earth.
And then everyone runs like hell.
Mm-hmm.
And into a cave.
Yep. Where Sid thinks, oh, it's over. And he gets fucking fried by another one of the meteorites.
And I was like, oof.
And then it cuts to the Lost World. Where Buck is defending the inhabitants of these group of dino birds. We'll get into those guys in a second because there's quite a bit to say about them.
Same.
Where they're trying to steal an egg, and Buck stops them from stealing an egg. And their whole plot point in this one is, oh, they stopped us from stealing eggs. Let's get revenge on Buck.
Basically, and that's not even the only thing that's wrong with them, but we'll talk about that in a bit.
So then Buck, after successfully protecting an egg, he stumbles upon this temple, where inside he sees a prophecy.
Yep. And guess what? A meteor's about to crash.
Yep. And so Buck goes up onto the surface where he coincidentally reunites with Manny, Sid, Diego, and the others.
Yep. And he tells them about the prophecy and how it can be stopped.
Which is go to the crash site of the original meteorite, because it happened multiple times beforehand. To go to the original crash site and do something with the asteroid.
Yep. And they're all like, that is a stupid ass plan. But then they were like, you know what? Maybe we should give him a shot.
Yeah. Again, it was like, oh well, Buck's held this out before, so why not?
Yeah.
So then they make their way through, and they figure out, these asteroid pieces are magnetic, so maybe we can go to the crash site and figure out how to magnetically pull the asteroid away from Earth.
Yep. And so
there's another moment where Crash almost licks shit.
Yeah. And Buck's like, that's a turd, not a rock.
Yeah. Anyway, but then the dino birds attack again, and Buck leads them into the forest.
Yep. Avoiding the birds, and
Scrat sends a storm, like a storm from Mars, onto Earth, causing an electrical storm, which makes Mason Diego's fur stand up on end, literally.
Yep. Yep. Static electricity everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
Buck's like, okay, everyone, don't try to create any friction.
And Crash and Eddie, they do just that. Yeah.
Oh right, and this whole thing is the whole thing about Peaches and Julian. Actually, I should forget to mention this. They plan to, after they get married, to move away. Manny and Ellie did not take kindly to this.
Nope.
And they're trying to make sure that Peaches stays.
Yeah, they're trying to get her to stay. Like, if not convince her, to scare her into staying.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. So then, freaking, they start going through this electrical storm. Granny dies and comes back to life for freaking 2 zaps of electricity.
And I'm just like, this bitch. Damn, she's hardcore. But yeah, Peaches gets trapped, but then Manny tries to help, and Ellie too, and then they get trapped, and Peaches leaves. Like she manages to escape. I mean, and Diego
Yeah.
has to use Crash and Eddie to like divert the static electricity away so that Mandy and Ellie could escape. And they all escape the storm. Buck goes back in for whatever stupid reason.
Because he hears a baby.
Turns out,
turns out to be a fucking pumpkin, like a little miniature pumpkin.
So Buck basically got himself fried for a pumpkin. Okay.
Yeah. And he names the fucking pumpkin Bronwyn or some shit. I don't even know.
Oh, Brownwyn. Brownwyn.
Yeah. Yeah, Bronwyn.
Yep.
And like, the one moment though, I'll say they gotta get a chuckle I made. It's just like how you know it's a she? Stem falls off.
Oh. I was like, okay.
So yeah, they make it through again. They take up camp for a night, and that's when Manny and Ellie try to do another part of the plan, try to convince them to stay. Where Ellie tries to trick Peaches in with the whole thing of raising a child in a harsh environment.
But Peaches dominates her exercise, and
yep. Manny, however, is playing a game of hockey with Julian
and hurts him.
Manny he overhears like Julian saying something like, "I forgot what he said." He's like, "Hey, maybe we would have to play hockey practice with your dad or something." Manny gets pissed and knocks Julian out with a hockey puck.
Yeah. And of course, Peaches gets mad at him. Mm-hmm. And then she gets mad at both of them because she realizes what they're trying to do.
Yeah. And they realize, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Yeah, and that's literally the end of the whole argument with the whole thing.
Yeah.
And anyway, so then when they set in camp for the night afterwards, the Dino Birds come back and attack again. They grab one of them grabs what they think is Buck, but it turns out it's Granny.
And then they try to get rid of her.
Yeah, freaking one of them the dad eats Granny, and Granny like tries to crawl out of the dad's ass
rather violently.
Yeah, he's just like, it's like, oh no, I still see the light.
Then he just spits her back out.
Coughs her back out. Granny like ricochets off something, bounces back up. The dad like punches her in the fucking face. And then Granny falls unconscious, and a shadowy stranger picks her up
and takes her to a cove of crystals, where the others find her.
Yeah. So then the next day, Buck sees all the feathers and panics. Then Diego realizes, oh yeah, and Buck then eventually spills the beans of like, oh yeah, there's these dino birds coming to get me. Diego's like, I knew it.
Yeah, Diego picked up on it earlier.
Yeah, because he picked up on a couple feathers or whatever of the dino birds. So then they go try to find Granny, and they find her in this cove, where this random this new rabbit character is like giving her a friggin' back massage.
Yep.
So then they get led into a world inside the meteorite.
Called
the previous meteorite.
Oh, Geotopia. That's what it was called.
Yeah, because so they eventually find the original crash site of the meteor, which these group of animals made into their home called Geotopia. Which, again, turns out these creatures are being kept alive for like millions of years due to the power of the meteor.
Yeah, they allowed them. The crystals allowed the animals to maintain their youth.
Yeah. So then Sid finds his romance, Brooke, which by I think Jesse J. I think is what his name was.
Yeah, Jesse J.
Yeah. So then Sid meets his romantical interest.
Yep.
Brooke, and they pretty much hit it off right off the bat.
Yeah. Like, she even proposes to her almost right away, and I'm like, okay.
And again, Brooke, like Julian, is alright.
Yeah. She's okay.
They then go to find the freaking I forgot the name of it. It was a llama.
I forgot what his name was too. I don't even care to look it up.
Yeah, and you try to get answers from him, but unfortunately they don't get the answers.
Nope.
Then
but then Buck comes up with an idea.
To do that. But and with Sid and Brooke, Sid tries to propose to her with a diamond, which unfortunately he pulls off a low-bearing structure and collapses the entire meteorite.
Yep. When the llama gets pissed at him, but Brooke defends him, and then that's when Buck comes up with the idea to like.
And they all turn old.
Yeah.
All the animals turn old.
They all turn old. And Granny, like she was falling in love with the bunny guy earlier, but then he turned really old, and she was like, no.
The bunny's like, that's what happens when you date a cougar.
Basically. But yeah,
Buck
comes up.
Buck is the idea of like, oh, let's put all these crystals inside a volcano to launch the magnetic force at the asteroid, sending it back into space.
And then the llama's like, no! But then Brooke's like, bitch, you better do it, or I will kick your ass.
Yeah. So then all the animals are gathering the crystals and shoving them into the volcano.
Yep. But of course, those damn birds.
Oh yeah, then Buck thinks, oh hey, we got plenty of time left. Scrat runs right into the asteroid and giving way less time than they thought they had. So Manny and Julian are like hurrying up trying to get this giant last piece of crystal into the volcano, and unfortunately the Dinobirds attack once again.
Yep. Because see,
oh yeah, you know what? The whole thing about the Dinobirds is they're not just trying to stop Buck; they're trying to cause the asteroid to crash into the planet.
Because
why? Because in their words, it would kill the weasel and everyone else, while they would safely glide above everything, which it wouldn't fucking happen. It just wouldn't.
It wouldn't. Like, for one thing, even if you don't directly touch the fucking lava or whatever, you're still gonna get burned at some point, fam. And you can't stay in the air forever. I don't care if you think you can. It's not going to happen.
No, even the sun actually calls them out on it.
Yeah, like,
well, tries to anyway.
Yeah, like the sun's the smartest one. He's like, guys, this plan is stupid. It's not gonna work. But Buck at one point is like, these guys are idiots. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, the whole thing with Buck too. He has like these different versions of Buck inside of his head. One voiced by friggin' Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, and they're all like,
I love the line that one of them says, like, that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard.
Right.
But just, like, even they know.
Right.
So then they realize, oh yeah, our plan is stupid. Let's help them out. Let's call a truce. Let's hurry up and get this crystal into the volcano. But they try to do it, but then they get stopped. They get stopped by pieces of the meteor.
Yeah, and so now it's
leaving it only up to Manny
and Julian.
Manny and Julian to Julian's plan to send the thing down like a ramp over it and into the volcano.
Which works. Barely, but it works.
Barely, but it works.
Yeah.
But so as the meteor crashes into the planet, the thing doesn't work.
But then Granny
notices the whole thing.
Yeah, like everything has to be.
Geyser is shooting. Granny notices a little bit of geyser gushing out of the ground, so she plucked up with her cane and it just fucking explodes.
Yep. Because like that, yeah, like it had to be perfect.
Yeah, because like Buck's whole thing is like if the pressure is weak, the whole thing will not work.
Yep. Yeah, plug up all the holes, put all the crystals in there, and then hopefully there'll be enough pressure to send them into the meteor and then repel it from the Earth's surface. Which works, thanks to...
Which it works.
Yep. So the day is saved.
So then, while the day is saved, but unfortunately, Brooke cannot come with them because she's too old, and Granny decides to stay behind too.
Yep. And so Sid has a heartfelt goodbye.
To Brooke. But as they leave, they're in a hot tub. There's a little tub or whatever, and like one of the crystals from the previous meteorite goes into the freaking the tub into like a crack, which gives everyone back their youth, including Granny.
Ooh, she'd be looking like those ladies with afros.
Yeah, and so then Brooke becomes young again, and she goes to go find Sid.
And surprisingly, she stays that way for the rest of the movie, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
explained. At this point, I just don't care. It's like,
But
but yeah,
but then it cuts to the wedding where, again, Peach is getting kind of nervous. So May decides to give her a bit of a heartfelt speech, like trying to get her right, telling her like, no matter what you do, we'll always be there for you, essentially.
yeah. And Peaches,
So then Peaches goes to get married to Julian. Then they have a dance party.
yep, they do, and
And then at the end of it, Scrat, it ends with like a weird like thing with Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about like how Mars is made, which is just kind of funny and just kind of fucked up at the same time. The freaking Scrat, as life is starting to crawl in the ocean, Scrat crashes into the planet
and just kills,
turning it into Mars.
yeah, it just kills all the life on the planet, and I'm like, dude, you are literally a danger to the universe.
And that's how the movie ends.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just one big clusterfuck of events.
Yeah. So positives. Animation was still really good.
Yeah, I actually really like the animation. Like, it was really good. It was wasted on this movie, but it was really good.
It was still really good. Voice acting was still good for the most part.
Yeah.
Buck was still a good character. Not as good as he was in 3, but still good.
Yeah.
Humor was decent.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was kind of hit or miss.
Humor was hit and miss.
Yeah, but it was okay. It was decent.
Yeah, humor was decent. I can't even say the story was good. It was
not. No, just hell no.
I can't even say the freaking story was good.
Like,
the villains were not good.
oh, they were villains, huh? I didn't notice.
You're not wrong. Fuck, I'm trying. It's hard to think of positives. The scratch segments, I guess, were good.
Yeah, good scratch segments.
I do like the one near the end of the credits, though, where like Scrat keeps getting slammed by this one door that
Oh yeah,
he's trying to walk through. It's just like, even like the point where it literally falls on him and just stands right back. I'm like, what the?
Right? It just hated the Scrat. It was like, it's like revenge. And then he gets killed. Oh, not killed, but like squashed by a bunch of other doors.
Yeah, because the acorn falls through like a bunch of other doors, so it slams shut behind him. Scrat's like, fuck. He just like reluctantly walks through it and just keeps getting fucking pummeled by more doors.
Yeah, which happens off screen, sort of. So like,
yeah.
Oh, and I also love the segment where like in the beginning, Scrat like loses control of the spaceship and like he basically creates a solar system.
Oh yeah, he creates like all the constellations and shit.
Yeah, and even the sun, and I'm like, okay,
yeah,
wow.
Or this one segment where like he's like getting transported around the friggin' ship. He starts like becoming one with the acorn at points. Freaking
yeah.
And like there's one point where like he's upside down, or like the acorn's like facing up. Scrat gets teleported, lands on the acorn, friggin' nuts first. Freaking he lands upside down. Acorn goes right into his freaking ass.
Yeah, like that teleporter segment was pretty funny.
Yeah, and then the end of it where like Scrat trying to destroy the freaking thing, ends up accidentally flushing the acorn down a toilet.
And I'm like, dude, like, fam. Now, to be fair, it was an accident. Like, he was teleported into it, but it's like, oof. Damn. You just can't hold on to that thing for more than a minute, can you?
Nope. Well, unless it's the Scratch shorts, which actually gave them a good send-off.
True. That is true.
Mm.
That's all I can think of.
I can think of that, yeah. All right, now let's go into the many, many negatives this movie has. Julian should have been written better. The side characters should have been written better. The story was hit and miss. The humor was hit and miss.
Yep. Let's see. The villains.
The
Well, what
villains were bad.
villains?
The villains were bad. The villains were just bad.
Right. I like
Their
how.
whole their whole plan was fucking stupid as hell.
Yeah, which the film knows. The film knows it.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
yeah
it.
the film knows it's fucking stupid. Oh yeah, let's glide above the asteroid as it's crashing into the planet. That won't definitely cause any side effects.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do with food? For food, like, what are you gonna do for food, huh?
Yeah,
Or
you're gonna fucking your whole source of food is gonna get wiped out, you idiots.
yeah, and you would have no place to rest. Like it was such a stupid plan.
Yeah, their plan made like fucking no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, like really, it's just honestly, it's just like the son. I didn't have a problem with him because he was tired of their
Yeah,
shit. Like everyone
yeah.
else is.
The son was fine. It was the daughter and the dad,
Yeah, they were just
which is
idiots, insufferable idiots.
yeah, freaking. I feel like the whole plan of Manny and Ellie trying to get Peaches to stay was just fucking stupid too.
It was, and Manny
It's
just
like,
yeah, it was, and I really just don't like
Manny
Manny.
just goes
Yeah,
out of character at that point where it's like he turns fucking sadistic for like no reason. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
yeah, he's basically an overprotective douche. Like, like even Ellie was like, dude, why are you acting so psychotic? Like, like he literally, like he outright said, "Oh, let's break them up," and like, dude,
Yeah. Like, Jesus Christ, Manny, what the fuck, man? You were not like this in Ice Age 4.
right? Like he wasn't. Yeah, like he wasn't. Like, I don't get like where did this come from? Like, why is he acting so out of character?
Yeah. Fucking, freaking, I'm trying to think. Sid's whole arc, I guess, could have been a bit written better,
Yeah,
especially his love interest.
yeah, it needed more work.
Music was forgettable.
I honestly, like literally, I found Continental Drift more memorable with the music. Like this, I can't remember a single track from it.
Yeah.
This movie was just,
It's such a. It's more of a fucking mixed bag than the Continental Drift was.
yeah,
Like, there's things I like about it, and there's other things that were just like, what?
yeah. Like that's the thing. Like it's just very what the fuck. Like this one moment where like the llama says that everyone should do yoga, and then Diego, Manny, and Sid all do this really awkward.
Oh, that's another thing. Diego was just there.
Oh yeah, and if he was just there, oh then his girlfriend was basically non-existent. She had very few
They
lines.
had like no. Yeah, because Diego and Shira had this whole thing in the movie where they were talking about like them wanting to have kids.
It's like
Never brought up again.
right,
It's only brought up in that one scene and never again.
right. It's like kids are afraid of us. Maybe we should. Okay, how does that have anything to do with your kids? Because your kids are not going to be afraid of you. Like how do these how are these two things related? Like, just because other kids
They
are
don't.
afraid of you doesn't mean that your own kids will be. Like, how does that work? Like, I don't. What?
That makes what?
No, it's like, what is this conflict? Like, what is this? Like, Diego and Shira were just extremely irrelevant. Jesus. Like, they were fine in the fourth film, and then there's this.
This. But again, as bad as Buckwild we're gonna get into in a bit.
Just when you thought the series couldn't get any worse,
Buckwild exists.
Buckwild. We could just skip it. I put cuck and then crossed it out with fuck. I'm childish like that, but
Oh boy, Buckwild.
This is probably just gonna be one big empty list for positives. I'm just gonna
Because there's nothing I can say. There's
Right?
nothing I can say for it.
right
Yeah, okay, the whole plot is like fucking
non-existent.
Crash and Eddie,
But go
Crash
ahead.
and Eddie like freaking get tired of Ellie treating him like kids or some shit, and they run away to the Lost World where Buck's there, and he's trying to stop this fucking villain named Orson from taking over, and
Yeah, he wants to take over the Lost World with this army of raptors because he was made fun of by
because of his brain, because him being smart, fucking nerd bullshit. Like Jesus.
Yeah, because he had a big head with the big brain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
He's really not all that smart. I refuse to believe it. Sorry, not
yeah,
sorry.
no, he's fucking Eggman's smarter than him.
Yeah. God.
But fucking then like Bug meets up with an old like ally named I forgot her fucking name. Yes, this is the one that was on Disney Plus. But like
Buck's ally.
Like meets up like it meets up with like Buck's ally
Z.
Freaking Z, yeah. Like Buck's ally Z, and like they try to stop Orson, they fail. Freaking Buck gets captured by Orson.
Yeah.
Like, and also freaking Manny, Sid, Diego, and Ellie are there, I guess, and they're trying to go find Crash and Eddie.
Yeah.
In the Lost World, and
it doesn't matter if I'm going to be honest.
They could have been written out. And
yeah.
That's a negative we'll take into.
Yeah.
But and then freaking they find Orson. They Crash and Eddie realize like a whole bunch of like, oh, maybe they be courageous and have courage or some shit like that, and like
yeah,
they go fight Orson. They stop Orson and they win. And Crash and Eddie decide, you know what? No, we're not going back with Manny, Sid, and Diego. We're staying with Buck. Yeah, it has that whole Toy Story 4 thing, and it's worse than Toy Story 4's.
Yeah, like,
it's fucking worse.
At least Toy Story 4 was decent. This is just shit. This is shit.
Yeah, just no. And then freaking that's it. That's the end of the movie. Freaking Crash and Eddie stay with Buck, and that's really it.
Yeah, see, notice how short that summary was. That's just how lacking the plot is in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, so...
Oh my god.
I just, like, there's just so much to deconstruct here. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. So bad that, like...
So positives. There are no positives.
Like, what positives are there? Like, what
there are no positives.
Like, what can you say that's positive?
Here's a positive. None.
Yeah. If I were to try to give credit somehow, I guess I kind of like the final scene where all the characters are fighting Orson's army. I kind of liked it. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like even then, there are some parts that I just didn't like about it. But that was like the only thing that I found interesting in the film. Literally up to that point, I was just bored as hell. Because this film is just boring. Even despite having Buck, how do you make a film with Buck so damn boring? How does that work?
Yeah, fuck yeah. And by the way, none of the original actors returned for this movie. Only one that returned was Simon Pegg.
Literally everyone else was replaced.
Yeah, and they were just they were not even like played right. Their acting was just all over the fucking.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I just like, and
yeah, fucking Peaches is gone. Julian's gone. Shira's gone for some fucking reason.
And so is Brooke. And I'm like, where are their girlfriends? Where the fuck is Diego's girlfriend? Where the fuck is Sid's girlfriend? Like, what happened to them?
Like, fucking, hell, Scrat's not even in the fucking movie either.
I know.
Even Scrat didn't want to be a part of this fucking shit.
Yeah. Like, Disney, what were you guys doing with this film? You went and made everything good about Ice Age just disappear.
Like, you know what the worst part is? What did they originally showed off looked a lot better than this. Because, like, I remember when it was first revealed and we saw, like, a little snippet of it. It looked a lot better than what we got.
So what happened?
I don't fucking know. Fucking Disney decided, oh, Blue Sky. Oh, yeah, that's not making us a lot of money. Let's can it.
I know. I'm just like, see, that's the thing about Disney. They fuck up everything. They can fuck up things like Mulan 2020. They fucked that up, and this is this.
They fucked Blue Sky over by fucking closing it down for no reason, canning a lot of projects they had.
I know. I know. Like they that's the thing. They ruin a lot of good things, and it's just so infuriating. This film could have been
It's
better.
like fucking again. I remember talking to this with like friends in Discord where it's just like oh, it's like oh, but we're gonna be losing money. What money? You're a multi-billion-dollar industry.
I know. Why are you guys such whores when it comes to money? You guys literally do not need that much. You're fine. You'll be fine. But no, with them it's just money, 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 money. And and the thing is that a lot of corporations are like this, but Disney is like one of the worst when it comes to money. Like they're just
Yeah.
outright heartless at times. Like holy shit.
Like I still love Disney. I will still watch the movies and shit. But I would not support their fucking their freaking business practices.
I know, because they're disgusting. Again, Mulan 2020. Like
Lots of read about their recent controversies with certain kinds of culture.
right? Like at one point they tried to trademark Dia de los Muertos, and I'm like, really?
And not even just that, the whole thing with sexuality as well.
And I'm like,
Yikes!
they're really reaching. They are really reaching. Y'all are disgusting, honestly. Jesus Christ.
Like,
oh my God. But
the very least, though, thank God Blue Sky was able to show us those scratch shorts they were planning to make. And
yeah,
they were good. They were all good.
yeah, they were. Like,
And again, it gave Scrat a nice conclusion, like where Scrat finally got the acorn and he ate it.
yep. Finally, it's like they at least managed to give that to Scrap before they got shut down. But seriously, like Disney went and just messed up this film. Like the humor is non-existent. Like, have the writers ever told a joke before? I don't think they had.
Oh my god!
Like holy shit! Like
Oh yeah. The humor is just bleh. There's like this one fucking moment at the beginning of the fucking film that I showed Cheeman one earlier, where it's just like this one segment where like Crash and Eddie were thinking like, man, how cool would it be when we don't have Ellie written down next, and it suddenly cuts this moment where like they're like a bachelor pad and fucking Crash and Eddie are dabbing. I'm just like,
I know, it's cringe. It's cringe.
it's awful. It's so fucking awful.
Yeah, like the whole damn movie.
The story is bad.
The story is
Character-
almost non-existent, if I'm going to be honest. Like it's
Stories
there,
are-
but barely. Like
It makes no sense. It's more fucking all over the place in Collision Course.
I know, and it's like, and they managed to make the villain so fucking boring and annoying.
Yeah, Orson is such a fucking dipshit in this movie. He talks about, oh, I'm so smart. I can make no errors in my hypothesis, and it's like bullshit.
I know. I'm like, where's this genius villain that the film wants us to that the film wants
See.
to have?
Because clearly Orson is not that.
Nope. The exact opposite. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. God. And the continuity.
They somehow made Buck fucking awful too in this movie. He's not fucking funny.
I know.
And yeah, like Chiba was about to say, yeah, like they fucked the continuity hard in this movie.
Like seriously. Like, I get that Peaches and Julian decided to go off. Fine, but what about Diego's girlfriend and Sid's girlfriend? What happened to them?
Yeah, where's Brooke and Shira?
I
Where
know.
are they?
I know, like, what happened to them? You can't just put them aside. What, did you think, oh, well, I mean, if we just take them out, no one will notice. No, fuck you. People are gonna notice. Like,
I definitely noticed. As an Ice Age fan, I fucking noticed.
I know, like, people are gonna notice. Even though those characters didn't do much in Collision Course, people are going to notice that they're gone. Like, like, you just cut them right out. Like, and see, and we know that this takes place after Collision Course because the entire opening sequence
Oh yeah,
references Collision
the
Course.
opening sequence like recaps the events of all 5 movies.
Yeah, the first one, the Meltdown, Continental Drift, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, even Collision Course. They were all referenced. So there's no reason as to why Brooke and Sheer aren't here. God, it's like I just like who wrote this shit? Who wrote this shit? Have they ever watched an Ice Age film before? I feel like that's the issue here. I feel like that's what happened.
All they know about is Crash, Eddie, Ellie, Manny, Sid, Diego.
So they didn't watch past the second
and
film.
Buck.
Like that's
Buck.
and Buck.
That's all they know.
Oh, so the third film. It's like that's that they just I think like they just watched the first 3 films and then just winged it with the others. Okay, sure.
It's just like, and even then with the third film with Peaches in there and shoes, they couldn't even put her in.
I know. Like I think they just didn't care, and I'm like, no you don't want to do that.
No, I fucking bet they just looked up a Wikipedia article of like all the other movies, and just like, okay, that's not what it went.
And even then, I don't think they did that because, like, just doing some basic research would not have, like, how do you mess this up? I just, like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, this is not an Ice Age film. I refuse to call it one.
No,
it's not.
No, it's not. It's definitely not an Ice Age film. I've seen Ice Age films, and these are not Ice Age films.
Yeah, not even close. And the story, going back to the story for a moment, it was so boring that I literally stopped watching halfway through just to take a break.
Yeah, I was just like when I watched it originally, back when it came out in January, I was just like, I looked away for like a few minutes. I went into the kitchen to make food. I came back. I'm like, okay, what happened? I'm seriously, I don't even understand.
I know, like seriously, it just feels like it's dragging its feet throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
And the new character Z, who cares?
Yeah, who fucking cares? Manny, San Diego, and Ellie, it should have just been written out.
Yeah. They didn't need to be there because like even when they finally meet Crash and Eddie at the end, they don't do much in the final fight. They do a few things, but that's it. It's really just Crash, Eddie, Z, and Buck that do most of the work. It should have just been them throughout the entire film.
You know, nothing that should have been. This should not have been a movie. Yeah. I would have been fine. I would have been fine if this was like a show or something.
That's the thing. This doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like a TV show, like a special.
Yeah, a pilot for a TV show.
And it easily could have been.
It's like that's what I felt like it would have been.
Yeah, honestly.
It's like, if it was a TV show, I wouldn't mind it as much as I was like, oh, it's Ice Age, sweet, and getting a TV series at fucking last. But no, they made a fucking movie, and they did not do a good job with it.
I know. Before watching this film, I heard that this movie was bad. And I was like, okay, well, let me just give it a chance. I have low expectations, but let me give it a chance. And it ended up being worse than I thought it would be. Like, Jesus Christ. Holy crap, like, it's like, you guys, you had Buck as the main character, and you didn't do anything.
How do you fuck that up?
Yeah. How?
Buck is like the best character in these movies, and you screwed him up.
You even got the voice actor. How do you mess this up? Jesus. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
I showed you this could have been the Ice series of the Penguin show with the Madagascar series. Exactly.
Yeah. This could have been a series.
It could have been like as good as like Penguins of Madagascar. But guess what? It wasn't.
No.
It fucking wasn't.
It wasn't. Like, even the Penguins film was better. By far. Like, Jesus Christ.
Like, ignore the many times that fucking Private got shunned and how fucking weird, fucking dumb the North Wind was. They were fucking geniuses compared to what friggin' Buck Wild was.
Exactly. See, the Penguins film, it was the weakest out of all the Madagascar films, but at least had heart. Like this,
I'm hearing similar things about that new Kung Fu Panda series on Netflix. Oh boy.
I'm not even gonna bother watching that. Like, I'm sorry, I just no.
I don't even have a Netflix account. Even then, I'd probably just watch the Cuphead show. That show's actually good.
Yeah, like I'd rather just watch something else. Like I
I
figured like if I'm not gonna care about the first series, I'm probably not gonna care about this one. But that's just me.
Again, I'd rather watch the Cuphead show and Sonic Prime when it releases.
Yeah, I might as well go watch things that that will actually entertain you. And
Yeah,
speaking of which, like Collision Course had issues, but here's the thing: it entertained me.
yeah, yeah. At least I got a chuckle or two out of like certain line reads. But Buck Wild had like no fucking moments for that.
I know.
It had like
It's
no moments of not even a chuckle out of me. I just looked dead inside when I watched it. I could not fucking express any other emotion other than just nothing.
yeah. Honestly, like while I was watching it, like I didn't get a lot of sleep the night before, so there were a few moments where I fell asleep, but I'm starting to think that it wasn't just because of that. Like
It was not because you were sleep deprived. It was
yeah,
because Buck Wild.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna just go to sleep for a bit because I'm just getting bored. Like it's so bad. Like oh my god, like Jesus Christ, and the animation. What the
Oh, the anime.
fuck did they
What?
do?
What did they do with the animation for Buck Wild? Take how good Ice Age 5 looked. Take a look at Ice Age 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looked, and then freaking piss on it. That's what you get with Buck Wild.
I know. Even the first film had some dated animation, but it still looked decent. And then you go to Buck Wild, and it's like, how does Buck Wild look worse when it was made like 21 years later?
In 2022.
I know. I was like, why is the animation so bad? And it's on Disney Plus. I was expecting it to be at least okay in the animation department. No, they couldn't even get that right.
Again, you want to know other show it looked good that was also on Disney Plus? Freaking Monsters at Work. The freaking Baymax series. Dear God, what the fuck?
Tangled as well. Like,
Well, Tangled wasn't on Disney Plus, but still, even that the
oh
stand.
yeah.
Oh, goddamn, that fucking sex box on here again. Shit. Thank you, Maple.
Thank you. God. But yeah, like the animation. When I first saw it, like no joke, within the first minute, I was like, "What the hell did they do?" Like, holy
Like,
shit!
I was even my reaction was that too when I saw the trailers and shit. I was like, "What?" Again, like I said, the test screening, like the test animation they showed during like I think it was like a D23 thing or whatever, looked a lot better. What do they do?
Because Disney kicked Blue Sky out. Like they had kicked them out, and I'm like, wow, y'all just how do you go and mess this up? How? Like, I don't know. Like, it's so bad. Honestly, it looks just as bad as Open Season 2. That's how bad it looks. I'm not joking.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. How do you look as bad as Open Season 2? And you're on Disney Plus. Like,
Or
you're not a...
worse than fucking Open Season 3.
I know, it's like... Jesus Christ, what the fuck did they do to get to a point this low?
It's when you look at some of the character animation and their facial movements, it looks so fucking still.
Like, I know, they just move so stiffly, and I'm like... And at times they just look outright ugly, and I'm like, no, these are not the same characters I grew up with, sorry.
Especially, there's this one Sid face I found that looks so fucking derpy. I made into an emote on my server. That's how fucking funny it looked.
I know, like I know, it's just the character models are just so, ugh, like Crash and Eddie look low quality. Like they look like they're from a early PS2 game. If I'm gonna be honest.
Even then, the Ice Age games on the PS2 make Crash and Eddie look better.
Yeah. Like Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know. And this was released in theaters, right? Was this actually released
No,
in? Oh, Disney Plus, just Disney Plus.
this is Plus.
Okay,
I swear
thank
to God,
God.
I swear, if it did release in theaters, I'd be questioning a lot of people.
I know. Like, if this film had gotten released in theaters, it probably would have been slammed even harder. Like, holy shit.
Like fucking Sid looks like he looks like a fucking chipmunk.
He does. And
Like he's way too fucking fuzzy.
same with Manny. Like, I don't know what they did with his character model. Like, just ew, no. I think the only one...
Diego just looks ugly too.
He does. He looks low quality, and I'm just like, fam, what the hell happened during production? And like, I think the only one that looks okay is Buck, and it's just okay. Yeah. Z, I don't care for. Like, I just don't care.
Dee looks really low quality too, and she's a new character.
I know.
Fucking Mama T. Oh yeah, also Mama T-Rex makes an appearance in the movie, and she looks just as low quality.
Right? Orson as well.
Orson as well. Yeah, he is low quality as fuck.
Yeah. They all suck. I'm sorry. It's just all the models just look ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, there's almost nothing good about this film.
There is absolutely fucking nothing. And it's such a huge spit in the face to Blue Sky and it
Into the series.
Yeah, it's just the series in general. Again, we were positive towards Madagascar and Kung Fu Panda because at least those series actually try.
Yeah.
Shrek as well, it tries.
Yeah. And then there's... I mean, Ice Age was... It was okay up until... Overall, up until this.
Again, we enjoyed 1 through 3. 4 was decent. 5 was a mixed bag. Freaking... This... We can't even say anything good about it. There's nothing to be said.
I know. I'm trying... Seriously, like, I'm trying my hardest to think of something good about this film. Like, it tried to teach a moral about, you don't need super special awesome abilities to have strength or whatever, but like the plot was so boring and just poorly written that I could not give a shit.
Yeah.
So it's like it had a moral, but no one's gonna care if the plot is shit.
Well, thing too about fucking Crash and Eddie leaving at the end of it was also fucking stupid as too.
I know, because it's like the film just wanted to give them something to do, and I'm like, do you need a film for that? Like, do you really need a film for this kind of shit? Do you need it? No, you don't.
Again, this could have been easily solved with a TV series, but no.
I know. Like, this could have...
Disney was like...
Yeah.
Disney was like, no, let's make it a movie.
They should have just... This could have been the pilot to a decent series, but no. Like, it's a similar issue with Raya and the Last Dragon, except this is far, far, far worse. It's like, it should have just been a series. I just... But even so, Disney probably would have fucked that up too.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like, what the hell happened? Like, it was released on Disney Plus, and yet it's just as bad as Open Season 2. How does that happen? This is Disney. How does this happen? God. I don't know. The only Ice Age film where I actually had to take a break from watching, I was just like, I can't watch this. I just can't. Let me go do something else for a while. God. I think we covered just about all the negatives.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot. No memorable music. Oops.
Oh yeah. Music. What's that? Not in this movie.
right? Like, was there even a single track? I don't think there was. Like, zero. I think there were a few, but they were so for like just very like what 1, 2, 3, 4, like just those, and even then, like I can't even remember any of them.
It's typical like music.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just the soundtrack is almost non-existent. Somehow, like I just how do you make something worse than Collision Course, which was already a mixed bag? Like it,
Real.
I know. Like the series had 3 strong movies, and then started slowly dipping in quality, and then just dive bombed with the last film. Yeah, I don't know how the series is going to recover from this. I don't know.
I don't. I was like, well, they could probably make another one and be good, but how the fuck are they gonna do that without Blue Sky?
I know.
How?
Like Blue Sky, they were the spirits behind these movies, the hearts, the brains.
Can't fucking do that no more.
I
Either
know.
if they were to make another one, it'll probably just be garbage.
I know. God. Let's see, how many negatives do I have here? 10. Wow, holy shit. Not that I'm surprised.
10 negatives and no positives.
Yeah. Yeah, Maple, yeah, don't watch this. Don't fucking watch it. Just don't.
Yeah, don't. Even if you're curious, don't.
Don't. Honestly, if I didn't have if I hadn't planned to make a rant stream, I would not have touched this film. I would not have touched
Yeah.
it. I did this just out of like obligation. I was like, might as well cover this. That's it. I didn't willingly watch this. The other 5 I actually wanted to watch. This I was just like, let's just get it over with.
This is just because I told you about it.
Yeah. If you hadn't, I probably would have just skipped right over it because I did not even know that it existed. God. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the series is over now too. I don't think there's really anything else they can do. Everyone pretty much has something to do now, so like I don't know. You know what the like if they wanted to change up the story, they could have made this into like some sort of soft reboot and had like they could have made a decent story out of that. But
Yeah.
they didn't.
I tried to make it continue the story, even though there was no story to continue.
Right? Because again, this film did not need to exist. Because Buck was already pretty satisfied with his life down there, so I don't know what the point of this movie was. To give Crash and Eddie something to do? I mean, they stopped mattering ever since the 3rd film. So who cares?
After three, they were just there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, Buck Wild. It sucks hard.
It's awful. It's fucking awful.
It is. It is. Even like the Ice Age series is known for having good humor. Zero in this film.
Like even a Collision Course, they had some good lines.
As well as Continental Drift, and then there's Buck Wild.
It's like not even a chuckle that came out of me. Not even in a it's so bad it's funny.
I know, because there are some movies out there that are like that. This is not one of them. This movie is just that boring and unfunny. Like, I can't even think of a single moment where I actually laughed. Like maybe one or two, but even then I don't remember any specific moment because they're all just that forgettable. I don't know. And just taking out Scrat when all the other movies had him, that was just one of the dumbest decisions you could ever make. That's all. Like, Scrat is essentially the mascot for this series, and you went and took him out. Smart move.
Good move, Disney. You totally know what you're doing.
I know. Again, have they ever watched an Ice Age film? That's how this movie. That's the impression I get from this movie.
Have they even watched the previous films?
Have they? I don't think they have. Because they literally almost everything good about Ice Age was not present in this film. Jesus Christ. But that was Buck Wild, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, freaking Ice Age 1, I would say 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, actually no, 8 out of 10. Ice Age 2, 8.5.
What do you think about Dawn of the
Ice Age
Dinosaurs? Oh.
9.
Oh, okay.
It's my favorite of the series.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Continental Drift, I guess I would say 7 out of 10 too. Collision Course 5, Buck Wild 0, flat fucking 0.
Oh shit!
Flat fucking 0.
Oh shit! You know what? Here, I'm gonna give it like. I feel like a 2.5 is too much credit. I'm gonna give it like a 2 out of 10. I'm gonna give Collision Course a 5 out of 10. There. So it's like.
No. If I give this, even when I give Buck Wild a 1, that's me being generous.
I know.
I am not being generous this movie. Fuck it.
I know. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like normally bad movies have a few good things about them. This one doesn't have any. It doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. It just doesn't. It tried to teach a good moral about, and it tried to develop Crash and Eddie's characters. It barely did that. Like, I know. It's just, for the most part, it just didn't. They're still the same idiots that they were back then.
Yeah.
But back then they were lovable idiots. Here they're just insufferably annoying.
Yeah. The whole thing is like, yeah, I don't want Ellie breathing out her neck. It's like, oh my god.
I know. Yeah, it's exactly, Maple. It's just as bad as the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on that level of quality. Or lack thereof. Anyway. But yeah, first 3 films were great. The last 3 films, well, they're mixed overall.
4 or 5 were mixed. Buck, no.
It's just no. It's just one big no. I'm gonna give it a no out of 10. A no. Just one huge no. A no out of 10.
Yeah, just no. Do not watch it, even if you're curious.
Yeah, just don't. Save yourselves the trouble, please. Or if you're gonna watch it, make sure to take frequent breaks. Trust me.
Or bring alcohol.
Yeah. Or just have it playing in the background, I guess. Like, just whatever. Just do whatever you can. Because it's hard to watch in one sitting.
If you want to watch a good send-off for Ice Age, watch the Scratch Shorts.
Yeah. Just do that. Just don't watch...
Trust us, you'll get a lot more enjoyment out of watching Scrat and Baby Scrat more than freaking Buck trying to fight a freaking Orson.
Right? Basically. Yeah, it's like Blue Sky's like, okay, you don't want to put Scrat in this film? Fine, we'll just give him some shorts. At least people can enjoy that.
Give him a nice send-off.
Yep.
Assuming you're old enough to drink. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly, or bring, or if you're not old enough, bring some substitutes.
Right?
Bring, like, other non-alcoholic substitutes.
Yeah. Like, I'm still speechless at how bad Buck Wild is. I'm sorry, but it's like, it's just the animation for the most part, that's the thing that bothers me the most. I'm like, how is it that bad? How is like, was this made by a bunch of newcomers? Like, beginners? Like, amateurs? Jesus Christ! The whole thing looks like some college student's project. It's just that bad.
Trust me, that college student would get an F.
Right? God. It's just so bad. It's just, oh my god. Holy
Jesus.
shit. But yeah, it didn't need to exist. That's the thing. Like it's at least the other movies had some purpose. This one doesn't have any. Just zero. Zero purpose. Other than to give Crash and Eddie some character arc that was basically non-existent. And to give Buck a family, which he honestly didn't need. He was happy. He was already happy. He didn't need a family. If he wants family, fine, but he didn't need one.
Okay, let's see. Here's my ratings for Ice Age franchise: 7.5 out, 7.5 for 1, 8.5 for 2, 7 out of 10 for 3, 5 out of 10 for 4, and 3 out of 10 for the fifth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty similar to mine. So.
Ice Age 1, 8, 2, 6.5, 3, 7 out of 10.
Fair.
Yeah. Again, 8 for 1, 3, 8 for 1, 8.5 out for 2, 9 for 3, 7 for 4, 5 for Collision Course, Buckwild, 0. Flat fucking 0.
And it deserves that rating. And yeah, as you can see, mine are 8, 8.5, 7, 7, 5. And I was going to say 2, but then I was like, fuck it, just put a no. Just a no. Because a 2 would imply that there was one good thing about it. But,
There isn't.
Exactly!
That's something we would rather watch Open Season 2 than this.
I know. Like, see, that's the thing about Open Season 2. It entertained me at least a little bit. This didn't entertain me at all. Like, I'm like, how is this so bad that even Open Season 2 got a few more laughs out of me than this did? Like, I just... And that was Sony's, like... Open Season was, like, Sony's first movie franchise. And this film is worse than all those movies. How? How?
I also have some mixed feelings about Collision Continental Dress, so that's why I get the movie 5 out of 10. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I can see why some people wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm just see, like, by the time we had gone to by the time we got to Buckwild, I was already like I just don't feel like summarizing this movie because it's just so fucking forgettable. But yeah, that's the whole. I hate to end this on a sour note, but that's the whole Rantstream.
That's the Ice Age series in a nutshell for you. It was
good.
It's good. Then turns into a mixed bag. Then it's sour.
I know. It was like good, mixed shit. Like just dive bombed. Oh my god. It's just. And it's sad because really, like, Z could have been an interesting character, but she's not. And it's like, okay, so Buck's not interesting, Z's not interesting, Crash and Eddie aren't interesting, the other four, Orsa's not interesting, Sid and his friends aren't interesting. Is there a single interesting character in this film? No.
No.
They all suck. How do you make Buck suck? How does that work? I don't know. Jesus. It's called a rant stream for a reason. Yeah, well, to be fair, like not all my rant streams ended like
sour.
This. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, the Madagascar ones were positive.
Yeah.
The Kung Panda ones were positive.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I'm sure the How to Train Your Dragon ones, whenever we get to that, will be positive.
Yeah. Yeah, and Shrek was overall positive, so yeah. But
again, Puss in Boots was a decent spinoff. I actually think I think I like Puss in Boots a bit better than Penguins, in my opinion.
I agree, honestly. I think
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the sequel though when it comes out. The sequel actually looks pretty good.
I know, like they decided to go, they decided to like adopt the animation style of Into the Spider
Spider Verse.
Verse. Yeah,
Yeah. No. Yeah. Watch the fucking trailer. It looks fucking great.
it does. Yeah, they did that with the bad guys, and now they're doing that with this film.
Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah. No. The Bad Guys was also really good
It
too.
was. I loved it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is great.
Yeah. Bad Guys was funny.
It was. I just loved it. So many good moments. And then there's fuck this one.
But if they done that same style for Kung Fu Panda 4, man, the animation will just be breathtaking if it does.
Oh yes. Yeah, I'm wondering how they're. I wonder how it would look honestly because they have because like Kung Fu Panda's never had that animation style before, so I wonder what that would look like. I bet it would be a lot more dynamic. I just hope it doesn't end up like Toy Story 4, where it was decent, but it could have been written out of the series. So hopefully, Kung Fu Panda 4 is good. Is at least decent. But we shall wait and see.
Yep. We just gotta wait till we see like a trailer or like stuff about it drops.
Yep. How to Train Your Dragon should be a fun one to discuss. I've actually never watched any of the films, but I have them now, so I will start watching them. As well as the special films, the side specials.
Maybe I will do the same at some point.
Yeah.
But that will be probably at the end of the rant streams for a little while.
Yeah. So,
Maybe. I don't know.
Like next week on Tuesday, I'm gonna do the Despicable Me, and on Wednesday, if it's fine with you, or Thursday, I was planning to do How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, that'll probably be fine. I can get the movies watched by that point.
Yeah. But yeah, I will start watching those because I've really only watched bits and pieces of the first movie, including the ending. I have not watched anything else in the series. Nor have I actually seen the live musical events that were promoted on the other DreamWorks films.
Oh yeah, like the Dragons live show or some shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the end of the rant stream, so first three movies, great. 4 and 5, mixed bag. 5 more so than 4. And then shit.
Buck Wild, no.
Yeah, just shit tier. Yeah, Blue Wolf actually has similar feelings towards Despicable Me, Maple. But me, like
Despicable Me. I like the first two. The third one's decent.
I never watched the second or the Minions movie, just 1, 3, and the Rise of Gru.
Minions, I didn't really. I have not yet seen Rise of Gru, but the first Minions, I was like, eh.
Yeah, I get the feeling that it's going to be a meh movie, but I will give it a chance.
Yeah.
But yeah. After this, I'm going to go and watch number 2. But yeah, that's the end of the rant stream.
Yep.
Thank you all so much for watching. This was really fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, I am Teamler15.
I'm Tanman2001.
And we'll see you guys next time. So until then, goodbye.
See ya.